All right, guys. Welcome back to another episode of the River League Live. I'm here with my co-host Bryce. I'm Chris, and we've got another great game for you guys today. Another really good lineup, just like last week.
Good lineup, good game. I'm excited to see what goes on tonight.
Yeah. We've got Craig in the mix tonight again. Henry's coming in, Sergio. So we've got a good amount of action players tonight.
Good action, good players. We got Banks in the mix tonight too. Our former sit and go champion from the first live stream we did here at the River League. So yeah, lots of good players, lots of good action. So I'm excited to see what unfolds throughout the night tonight.
We're still getting everything set up on the table right now, so we're going to run you guys through our promotions. Every day when we run in 2 cash games, we have our prize wheel active with the top prize of $1,000. So anytime we have 2 cash tables active with at least 12 total players, anytime you hit a flush or better, you get to spin the wheel for some amazing prizes.
Yep, and with the live stream tonight, we have one other cash table rolling. So if you come over to the River League and you make a flush or better, you are able to spin the wheel, win up to $1,000.
And on the other side of that, if you happen to get your aces cracked, you get a free $100 added to your chip deck.
And rightfully so. Ace is best hand in poker. If you lose with them, I'd be a little upset. I don't know about you, Chris, but that $100 seems fair enough to get back in return if you lose with them.
Yeah, it's a nice little return if you are unfortunate enough for that to happen. And every Sunday we also have the Rivers League. Every Sunday, the championship is on December 7th, but we're only a couple of weeks away from that. It's a $50 entry tournament. You get one $50 re-entry every single Sunday. You get chips into the championship for every single buy-in, and then you also get extra chips if you are in the top 5.
Yep, I believe so. Coming down to the wire, only a couple more weeks left for that one. We're seeing more and more faces coming in on the Sunday afternoons to come play that tournament. So coming in on Sunday at 2 p.m. to fire a couple bullets. You have one re-entry, so come and play that tournament on Sundays.
And if I remember right, we are still on track to hit a total of a $10,000 prize pool for that championship.
That is awesome. I know people are super excited for that tournament, so come on in on Sundays for the Rivers League.
Right. I'm going to take you to our table real quick just to show you guys what's going on. We are getting set up right now. Dre is going to be our starting dealer for this stream. We've got Henry in seat 9. Most of the people actually bought in for more than they did last week. I think we have 4 or 5 people that bought in for the max, $500.
Yeah, buying in for the max definitely changes a lot today. I think we're going to see a lot of big winners and unfortunately a lot of big losers as well. So I'm excited to see how everybody faces up today.
Just to show everybody, these are our starting chip counts for the night. And yeah, we've got 5 people that bought in for the max, $500 starting stack. Nobody bought in for the minimum this time around.
Yep, we got Mitch buying in for 200, the low stack today. I'm sure he's hoping to come in and double up right away, get about an average stack with everybody else here in the field.
And it's looking like Banks is going to be our starting button. That's going to put Dorian in the small blind, and Mitch is going to be our first big blind. Dre getting the cards shuffled right now, and we will be getting into the action very shortly.
Shout out to all the viewers here at the River League watching the live stream today. We can see everybody in the chat. Grace Lunsford saying, woohoo champ. Obviously shouting out one of our favorite players, Craig.
Some changes that we did for the stream this time, we are not allowing button straddles. So there is no $5 button straddle. You're still allowed to straddle under the gun as many times as you want. It'd be $5 under the gun, $10 following that, and so on and so forth. And for this stream, while we are still getting our dealers and other staff acclimated to the software, we are also not going to be running bomb pots tonight.
No bomb pots today, so it's just strictly 1-3 hold'em. With the straddles, though, you can still straddle under the gun, which means that if you're first act, you can put that $5 straddle on and make the price of poker a little bit more expensive to play. We got Jacob in the chat saying, let's go Banks, and Sheena in the chat, whoop whoop, go Papa Vu, shouting out Ton. We appreciate everybody tuning into the stream, cheering on your favorite players. Hopefully they all do well tonight.
Owner Mark Hamilton giving all of these stream players a little bit of a last-minute instruction before we get started.
Kris, who are some people that you think we need to look out for today? See who you think some of the big winners and losers are going to be today.
Well, you can't ever count out Craig. Craig is going to bring some action. He's going to be up and down most of the night, most likely. If I had to pick one person that's going to be the big winner, my choice would actually be Martine or Banks. They're very solid players. They provide a lot of action, but they're not very loose.
I agree. We have our two biggest winners from last Thursday's stream, Craig and Brad, sitting right next to each other, actually, in that 3 and 4 seat. So I'm excited to see what goes on with those two. And Martine, one of those action players you were talking about, starting off the night in hand number 1 with that $5 straddle under the gun.
Actually, moving around the table right now, looks like Brad called with the Queen Jack. Then the action folds around to Martine, who ends up raising. Looks like we might have a little bit of a delay on the action.
Looks like we're going to go a couple ways to this flop. And that's a nice little 4-person lineup right there. I think we're going to see a lot of hands played between those 4 people right there. You have Craig, Brad, Sergio, and Banks.
I just heard somebody spin our prize wheel. Like Bryce said earlier, we do currently have a second table running. So if anybody in the audience is in the nearby area, feel free to come up here and take your own shot at the prize wheel.
Yep, lots of amazing prizes on there, lots of cash prizes. So come on down to the River League and test your luck.
Actually, moving around right now, Brad does have Queen Jack offsuit and ends up flopping top pair. Sergio flopping bottom pair. Banks calling the $20 with a backdoor straight draw, backdoor flush draw, and ends up hitting his ace. Brad still believing his top pair is good, going to lead out on this turn. Sergio with the gut shot straight draw, going to call.
Banks obviously with top pair now, not going anywhere.
And I think he knows his top pair is good right now. Not a lot of aces are going to be getting to this turn. Ace queen would have likely raised preflop, so his ace is going to be good a significant amount of the time here.
Actually looks like Banks puts in a raise here, turning top pair. Raised it to $70 from Brad's lead out of 25.
Brad knowing his queen is probably no longer the best hand. Sergio with a decent amount of outs here. He's still got his straight, and he can hit 2 pair. And trips. Trips is always an option. Ends up missing it on the river, so Banks is going to likely take down this hand. We'll see if he gets any value on the river. Ends up not going for value. A little worried about a potential 5-6.
Yep, lots of straight draws out there that do complete on the river and the turn. So I think he's just happy to take it down there with top pair.
Still ends up taking down an almost $200 pot for the very first hand of the night.
Very good start to the night for Banks. And Sergio, unfortunately, one of our bigger losers of the week last week, getting a little mixy with his deuce 3 suited. Loves playing those hands. And I expect that we can see some more of that tonight.
And number 2 about to be underway. Looks like we're going to get a couple folds to start off with. Baron going to get in there with ace-10 suited. Going to end up raising to 15.
Baron, a new player playing on the stream for the first time today. You have seen him back here in the broadcast booth, but we actually haven't seen him on the table. I know that I was talking to him a little earlier. He's very excited to be able to play on the stream and excited to see what he's able to do today. 3 players all with an ace going off to a flop. Let's see who flops best. Farron flopping best with the flush draw, still his ace-10, same as Brad, same exact hand. Martine picking up a gut shot with his ace-6.
Farron going to lead out with the flush draw here for a big bet. 3/4 pot, $30. Not sure if Brad can stick around here. Don't think that his ace is going to be good a decent amount of time, but he ends up making the call. And this can put Martine in a weird spot. He knows his ace likely isn't good, but he does have the gut shot straight draw. And Martine actually goes all in here with his gut shot straight draw. I don't think Farron's going to be able to get away from this.
Farron
Nut flush
wasting
draw.
no time making the call here with the nut flush draw. Brad's obviously going to get out of the way with his ace high. And Martine, you see here, just 3 outs. Couple 5s and 6s already been folded from other players' hands. So drawing slim here.
I'll be all right. I'll take a frappuccino.
Still 16% chance to win. It is possible that they chop this pot.
And Farron's one of those players, I don't know about you, Chris, but if Farron's calling my all in, I'm doing what Martine's doing right now. I'm pulling out the wallet saying, yeah, I might have to rebuy here.
Good hand, Farron.
Going off to the run out. And he does pick up the nut flush there on the turn.
Farron wasting no
Martine
time taking down the hand.
drawing dead on the turn.
He could have 5-6 of clubs.
He didn't have to throw? Oh. Well, why not throw? Oh, because I won?
Farron, you get to spin the wheel.
And Banks pointing out there that Farron has the nut flush, but not the nut hand. 5-6 of clubs would have made a straight flush there.
Banks also correctly telling Farron he does hit a flush, and that flush is good enough for him to be able to spin the wheel. Even on the live stream table, they still qualify for all the promotions that we're running.
So Farron taking down a nice pot there, doubling up through Martine, and also a chance to now go spin the wheel, win up to $1,000.
I could have. Very easily I could have.
You're not gonna believe I actually go in to work mine.
That seems terrible.
So number 3 underway. Tom picking up Martine's ace-6 offsuit, decides not to play it. Farron with another decent hand, king-10 offsuit. We'll see if he ends up playing it, but he might not. He might be a little more worried about going to spin that prize wheel.
I'm gonna get spin the wheel.
There we go.
And he is going to go spin the wheel.
Player to the left.
Champ with a slightly better version of king-10 going to make the raise here. Looks like we're going to fold around.
Another new player to the stream this week, Dorian. Not necessarily a super action player, but when he has the nuts, you know that Dorian has the nuts.
He has no problem putting it all in once he knows he has the best hand. Martine playing the infamous King 4.
Martine Donkey, famously named after that King 4, where he took down back-to-back-to-back tournaments, winning with that King 4 hand that he loves so much.
Unfortunately, ends up not flopping anything here. Going to be a quick bet and fold. And we'll be going on to hand number 4 shortly.
Could have got the random player. I've been good at that one.
Player to your right.
Player to your left. You want it bad.
Shout out to Lisa in the chat saying, what a good-looking table. Good luck to everybody. Yeah, I love the lineup that we have today. Lots of good players. Lots of players that aren't afraid to put the money in the middle.
I spun that a bunch of times. I still have not been looking at get the player to the right or the left.
And obviously, we've noted some of the new players that are playing on the stream. If you ever want to play on the stream as well, Thursday night cash games rolling every week right now. Get a hold of Boss Man Hamilton, and he will be able to help get you put on the live stream in future weeks.
We're going to get some quick folds to Sergio, who wakes up with Queen Jack suited. Going to end up raising it here. Mitch going to be calling with the pocket sevens, and Martin wakes up with a cooler hand, pocket eights. Makes a 3-bet to 50. I don't think Sergio is going to be able to fold here. We're probably going to be able to see a flop. Sergio does end up making the call.
Call from Sergio, call from Mitch.
And Mitch is going to come along for the ride as well.
Mitch in a pretty bad spot here. 1%. It's a set or nothing for Mitch right now. Sergio ends up flopping middle pair, which is good for now, along with the gut shot.
Yep, that's the tough part about having those pocket pairs like sevens and eights. You see 3 cards that all are better than your pair currently. Let's see if anybody's going to take a stab at this board. Doesn't look like it. Deuce of spades on the turn changes absolutely nothing.
When it checks around on the flop, Sergio knows he's good a significant amount of the time, so he's going to go ahead and go all in here and just take down this pot.
Yep, both players with those pocket pairs going to get out of the way. Sergio going to make $84 in profit. Yep, you heard Mitch say it there. You have a pair and you see 3 overs on the flop, it's a little bit easier to get out of the way. We got Brandon in the chat. Said, ask Farron if I get the money when he spins the wheel. There's lots of different prizes on the wheel, not just cash prizes, but also different things like hours of time, a monthly membership, swag. You can get a custom River League hoodie, a snack, pointed out to me by Miss Whitney Hopper, pointing out that's the closest thing to the $1,000. So there's a little part of the wheel. You either win 1,000 or you win a snack, or you can get a candy bar, you can get a bag of chips. Lots of different great things there on the prize wheel. Looks like we're going to see a couple limpers here.
Martin ends up raising it in the cutoff with Jack 10 offsuit. Nice little squeeze play from him, trying to pick up all the dead money. Unfortunately, he is raising with the worst hand right now.
Peppermint mocha with pink shavings on it. I didn't know you could do that.
It looks like we're just going to get some quick callers.
We go to the bar, right? He orders a
And we are going to be going 5 ways to this flop.
Not necessarily any amazing hands here, but a couple hands that can be connected for sure. We go off to a flop of King 6-5, 2 hearts. Sergio flopping a queen high flush draw.
Actually has the highest equity right now. Not the best hand, but he does have the most outs to be able to win.
Definitely very interesting going 5 ways to a board and nobody making a pair.
And just immediately hits it, gets the check mark on the turn with the flush.
Craig in a lead out now for $25. Drawing stone dead. Sergio just going to make the call, hoping some other people get in behind him as well.
That's a smart call by Sergio. Doesn't want to push Craig out of the hand. Craig plays extremely wide, so Craig could have top pair. He could have a 5 and anything in between, really.
Craig money.
Sergio ends up going easy on him, just checks it over. Going to end up taking down this $180 pot with a flush. And his flush also gets him the ability to spin the wheel.
Couple different qualifiers that go into being able to spin the wheel. There needs to be $40 in the pot total, and it needs to be able to go to showdown, meaning that both players need to be able to show their hand on the river, with one being declared a winner that is able to be able to go spin the wheel.
Looked like that in the math. There was a couple of thousand throws.
Tom hit one on Sunday.
Martin hit one.
Martin hit one. Tom hit it on Monday.
Was that Monday?
I hit it on Tuesday.
We go off to the next hand. Craig's got that $5 under the gun straddle going, so it's going to be $5 to play instead of $3 to play.
I've got 3 hours.
Sergio picking up queen 9 of clubs this time. Obviously had the queen 9 of hearts last hand. Let's see if he can make another flush. Dorian picking up ace jack, just going to make the call here.
Martine being very aggressive right now, raises with the ace-8 offsuit.
Martine, one of his favorite sayings, oh, Martine will bet it. Martine will bet it.
He's doing a lot of the betting
He's
tonight.
doing a lot of the betting today, that's for sure.
It did sound like one of them short circuit.
Brad picking up a pocket pair here. Let's see if he wants to come along as well. He does.
Big time.
And we're going 5 ways to a flop again. Bit of a different hand this time, though. We've got pocket pair. We got a couple ace highs. And Martine actually flopping the best of it right now with middle pair, a pair of 8s. Still not entirely comfortable. Sergio does have a gut shot. Nobody has the flush draw this time. Dorian's got a backdoor diamond draw.
Martine will bet it. He's going to lead out here for, I believe, $45. And I think it's going to be hard for anybody else to come along for the ride here.
I don't think Craig's going to be able to go anywhere with an open-ended draw, though.
Open-ended straight draw. Sergio with a gut shot. He's going to get out of the way. Dorian with 2 overs here. He's just going to let this one go.
Going to a turn. Craig does not hit his straight yet, but we've still got 1 more to go, and I don't think Craig's going to be able to get out of this hand unless Martine overbets.
He's
He
just going
does
to put the
go all
money in
in.
the middle.
You get me in the player? Watch the strings to my name, gentlemen. Here it comes. You got another chance.
Everybody.
Craig going to end up making the call, trying to hit his open-ended.
Either a 9 or a 4. It's not going to come. Martine picking up 2 pair.
And Martine's made a little bit of a comeback since losing his money to Farron earlier.
Poker's a game of swings for sure, so you got to take the good with the bad sometimes.
Yeah. It's something. I appreciate it.
Lots of other different fun stuff on our wheel spin as well. I think I heard Sergio just say that he got random players. So Poker Atlas, our good friends over at Poker Atlas, is going to pick a random player from either of the cash tables that we have going on to be able to spin the wheel instead of Sergio getting his prize. Obviously, a lot of action moving here so far. A couple of people we haven't really heard anything from. Banks picking up 7 deuce, the worst hand in poker. He's just going to let it go. I thought maybe he would get a little swifty with that. People love to bluff 7 deuce their whole way down and then put it in, slam it in somebody's face right there on the river. Tan with a suited 8-7. He's going to raise it up.
All right. Why is it just this table?
And it looks like we're going to go 5 ways off, or 6 ways off to the flop this time.
Only thing I can win. You'll get it, man.
Play it to the right.
Good luck, Henry. Hit the 1,000.
Play it to the right or the 1,000.
We go off to a flop here of King 10 deuce with 2 hearts. Mitch flopping the best with his pair of kings. And Mitch making top pair. He's going to bet it out right away. Brad with his pair of 10s. He's going to come along for the ride, hoping to make 2 pair.
$50. $50. Nice.
You're welcome. Thank you.
We're going to go heads up to the turn, which is a king of clubs. Mitch making trip on the turn. And he's just going to put the money in the middle. Let's see if he can make Brad a believer that he has those trip kings.
Stop the draw.
Mitch asking him if he has a draw. Might have a heart draw, might have a club draw, might have queen jack for that open-ended straight draw. Lots of different options that Brad could have here. Obviously, Mitch is wrong thinking that he has a draw. Just has a pair of tens and kings with the best kicker.
Craig story of his life.
Let's see if Brad's going to pay him off here with Mitch already having the check mark.
I didn't even hear about that promotion for you, but I didn't know.
And he's going to make the call here. Mitch is going to double up through Brad. Obviously already has the check mark here. Brad realizing that he's drawn dead. Quad kings. Picking up the fourth king in the deck for Mitch.
Because he's playing
Yeah.
4 kings
And 4 kings.
and a 9.
I don't know about you, Chris, but I think that's better than a flush. So I think Mitch is going to be able to spin the wheel here as well.
That is significantly better than a flush. Unfortunately, I don't think he's going to be able to spin the wheel because
Oh,
nine.
both of his cards didn't play.
Yeah, that's the only downside. Is doesn't matter how strong of a hand you have, but both the cards in your hand have to be able to play for the wheel spin.
Yep. Obviously, with that 10 being out there, the 9, his other card isn't going to be able to play there. But nonetheless, doubling up your stack to start the night. Pretty good here for Mitch. I believe he started with $200. He's up to $342.
We'll take a look at the winning amounts real quick. Farron's still in the lead, has won a little over $300 off of Martine earlier, and Mitch is up almost $150 now after that hand.
And the 2 people that I said last week were our 2 biggest winners, our 2 biggest losers to start the night so far, Brad and Craig. Both obviously calling people's all-ins and not getting there.
Still plenty of time to go, though. We're only on hand number 8.
Lots of action left here at the River League tonight.
Martine going to continue to be aggressive. Raises here with ace-9 offsuit middle position. Henry should be able to make the call here.
Henry's
He
actually going to
actually-
put in a raise. We've seen a lot of different leads for Martine tonight. Henry, a non-believer that he has a real hand, so he's going to put the 3-bet into $60.
The answer is you don't have to.
Brad with a very pretty hand, king-queen suited. He's going to make the call as well. And Craig putting in the choo-choo. He said, I want to play for it all with my 10-7 of hearts.
Who woke him up?
Everybody.
Looks like we can't see necessarily what Banks has here, but looks like he's being put to the test, has a decision to make here.
Henry, you haven't played any
The other
of
one
those, right?
And this does put Banks in a bit of a weird spot. Henry 3-betting is very awkward for Banks to be able to make a move. That is a hard hand to fold. Ace queen suited. That's a very difficult hand to fold.
When you see a raise and a 3-bet, it's hard to think always that you have the best hand, but obviously his ace-queen is the best hand that we've seen so far in the deck. Martine opening with that ace-9, he's going to lay it down. And let's see if Henry wants to gamble. Still has Brad behind him. And Henry, after putting $60 in the pot with that 3-bet, he's just going to let it go. And Brad's going to put the rest of his stack in the middle with the best of it.
Good luck, y'all.
Still almost a flip here, about a 60-40 flip.
Money back?
And I think when Banks beats these 2 hands that are all in right now, he's going to be kicking himself for laying down that ace-queen suited.
Yeah, like I said, the 3-bet from Henry there makes it really awkward for Banks. I don't blame him for folding in that spot.
We're going one time off to this board.
Three. Heart.
That is a diamond draw.
You keep it close. You pull it close.
Jack of hearts on the turn changes nothing. Let's go up to the river. It is
Another jack.
another jack.
And Brad is going to win this with king high.
King, queen.
Oh, I like to put it back.
That wasn't what I had, Brett.
Good run out for Brad. Doesn't hit anything. Didn't have to hit anything. He was ahead the whole way.
And Brad, after doubling up Mitch, going to get those chips right back into his stack. Like I said earlier, it's a game of swings, and you just got to deal with it.
Yeah, I was thinking, I was worried about both y'all behind.
Rebuy from Craig. Looks like he's going to be rebuying for the max. Going to add $500.
And that rebuy chant, we hear it every Monday and Wednesday from Craig when he plays the free rolls. He likes the way that he says it to me is he likes to go into those free rolls and give people hell. I know a lot of people don't like being sat at the same table as Craig because you never know how he's gonna play. He's definitely fun to watch and deal to on those free rolls during the week.
Yeah, he is. He is not afraid to rebuy as much as he feels is necessary, just to put the pressure on people.
That's for sure. And funny enough, sometimes when our floors make our opening statement before a tournament starts explaining the rules to everybody, Craig will yell out rebuy before a hand is even dealt in the tournament.
'Cause it's going in that very first hand, no matter what. Dorian picking up a good hand under the gun. Ace Jack offsuit decides to just check flat with it.
We've seen Dorian have that ace jack twice now. No raises from Dorian. I don't think we can expect a lot of pre-flop raises unless we see aces or kings from Dorian, but just calling to see a flop, I'm sure we'll see from him.
Martin continuing the aggression, raising with queen 8 offsuit.
Some sort of electronic
Recording or
recording,
something.
I think we would know.
You'll be able to see it in 15 minutes.
I followed there again.
Craig with those big stack of greens. He's going to raise it to 50 with the ace-3 suited.
That's a really good squeeze play from Champ there on the button.
Dorian with that ace-jack. After just limping in and making a call for $50, definitely has to look really strong to some of the other players here at the table.
And with Martin calling, I think that's going to be able to price everybody else in. I don't think we're going to see any more folds.
$50 to go is good enough. Everybody is going to come along for the ride, it looks like. And we're going to go Texas heads up. 6 ways, 5 ways to a flop with $250 already in the middle. Excited to see here who flops the best.
Sideways, actually.
And Farron, surprisingly, with the best equity here. The only one with the king.
Me.
Oh,
And Brad ends up flopping the best of it with middle pair of sevens.
I'm far away from the mics.
Nobody here necessarily with a
Bryce is
draw of
probably
any
yapping
sort.
about how much he loves the Michigan Wolverines.
the who?
Checks to Craig.
He's a big
Craig
Michigan guy.
immediately bets out
Yeah,
$150, trying to put pressure on
Is it
everybody
Michigan State or Michigan?
on this very
He likes
low
Michigan
board.
State. He likes the Spartans.
I like the cheaters.
And I think he's going to get some quick
Yeah, he's
folds.
got a big old Spartans jersey. He's
See
got
if
a
benefit
Brad
is-
is able to make the call here with just middle pair of sevens. Obviously, Craig being the aggressor pre-flop,
He don't have a girlfriend, so
you
maybe.
could think here that maybe he has a lot of
in
overpairs,
a pinch.
a lot of
Have that
flush
hair
draws.
thing, you know, the mohawk.
And sometimes he just shows up with top pair here. That's the benefit of Craig's play style is he can just show up here with pretty much anything. That means that you need to be calling him a lot more wide, but especially for these high dollar amounts, it's pretty difficult to call, especially with something like middle pair.
This was basically
And
what I
Craig
thought.
also flopping a pair
Naughty, Craig.
with his pair of threes, and they're going to be good. Brad's going to lay down his pair of sevens.
Goodbye.
And Craig, after rebuying, he's going to get 200 of those dollars right back to him.
Not a first, that was a win.
Oh, that was normal.
Got a couple
victory.
more people in the chat. Shout out to John Manchester. You guys rock at commentating. We appreciate it, John. We're doing our best over here. Week 2 of the Bryce and Kris show.
Oh my god.
You forgot. We'll find out. What
Just
you
to show
had.
everybody how the action is playing out right now. We got Martine with the highest B pip. He's been playing really aggressive tonight. A lot of raising. He's got an 88% B pip, and he's raised almost 70% of hands pre-flop.
Yep, we saw Martine come in at the end of the stream last week, and he was aggressive last week when he came in and played. I know that he likes to put on a show for the stream, but also is just a naturally aggressive player in general.
He's actually going to slow down this time with the Queen 9 suited. Going to see if anybody else puts some action into the pot.
My bad. I'm sorry.
Well, I didn't straddle right there. See,
Champ going to be raising with King 8 offsuit in the cutoff.
you just know somebody's gonna stomp on your nuts.
And I don't think that anybody is going to be folding for $15 at this table. Martine smartly, knowing that somebody is likely going to raise, ends up making the big 3-bet here to $75 with his Queen 9 suited.
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
Putting a lot of pressure on Han and Brad in this spot. Han ends up folding. Brad does end up folding. We'll see what Craig does to this pressure. Not going to go anywhere. Going to stay in with King High. Martine getting exactly what he wanted with that 3-bet, going heads up against Craig with a pretty good hand. Ends up flopping a diamond draw. We're going to go check, check. Actually slows down just a little bit.
Yeah.
Turn doesn't change anything. Craig already ahead. Now flops a pair. Going to put some pressure in with that pair. Having the 8 of diamonds also helps him out. Means Martine can't have... It's harder for Martine to have a pair and a flush draw here, so Craig's good a lot of the time with just his pair of 8s.
Change that. One or two of us should win some of the others' money.
River coming out, and Martine is not going to hit his diamond draw or his pair, and Craig is going to take this hand down with a pair of 8s.
Okay.
Do that. Oh. Sent me a message. I just woke up.
And Craig, after busting just a couple hands ago, has made an amazing comeback. Not quite back to even yet, but pretty close.
Good thing he handed over play calling.
Worked out for him, looks like.
Yeah. Our defense is
Think Miko Ryan's pretty good.
Looks
though.
like we got a lot of Farron fans here in the chat.
We do have a
Brandon,
lot of
Tina,
fans.
Terry, all shouting out Farron.
I think that the Lions coach, while he's done better at play calling, he's losing some of the rest.
We're gonna put.
like some of the other stuff.
We're gonna
falls through,
record like your shit.
Love hearing some of the table talk of the people here at the River League. You know, Banks is always going to be in there talking about football.
Mm-hmm.
Bryce, we're gonna need you to recreate the Gotti from Greg, please. Or Chris, either one.
I don't know if we have any Bills fans or Texans fans obviously playing Thursday night football tonight, but I think that's going to be a fun game to watch, and I'm sure the people playing the stream, we got a TV in there for them to watch, so I'm sure we'll hear a lot about that as well.
Well, I'm gonna keep talking to him anyway.
We go off to hand number 11 here. Henry raising to $15 with King Queen. Craig with King Jack and Sergio with Ace Jack. People picking up some pretty decent hands here.
Way too happy over there.
My God, look at this round.
And 15 seems like a fair price for everybody.
His neck looks
We're going to go a lot of the ways to the flop.
I give you 6. That's the spread. 7.5.
You go off to a flop of Jack 5-10 with 2 hearts. Obviously, that Ace Jack from Sergio flopping the best. King Queen from Henry flopping an open-ended straight draw. Craig with his pair of jacks thinking he has the best hand. Going to lead out here for $25. Sergio going to raise it right away to $60 with his ace jack, thinking he has the best hand. Henry going to come along for the ride with his open-ended straight draw.
16,
And we're going to go 3 ways to the turn here with Henry, Craig, and Sergio. We see the 3 of hearts completing a flush that people might be scared of on this turn. Henry, obviously, with the king of hearts. He's just going to put the money in the middle. He's open-ended. He has a king-high flush draw now. And let's see. Oh, Craig's going to get out of the way. Sergio, obviously, with the best hand right now. Oh, 50-50 actually, equity-wise.
Henry has a lot of outs to win this hand. Any heart along to go with his open-ended draw. And it does put Sergio in a weird spot. So
You can-
Sergio having the jack of hearts here means that Henry obviously can't have the pair and the flush draw. So it puts Sergio in a weird spot. Either Henry has the flush or Sergio probably has the best hand right now.
And you can see at the top of your screen, Henry with 14 outs. Plenty of cards in the deck that can improve his hand here on the river. I love this jam from Henry here.
It's a very good jam from Henry. Even though he's behind, he has so many outs to be able to win the hand. The only card that would be bad for him is if Sergio had the ace of hearts instead of the jack of hearts.
That's right.
But Henry going to go ahead and take down this pot with that very smart jam.
can't take credit if you don't
Henry
know
has
you
been kind of
caught
quiet
seven
so
if you
far,
don't
making a
show
great
it.
play there.
And you don't show 64. You can't say got him or forced him out or any of that.
Every copy says Michael. I don't
Oh,
know.
yeah, well, I'll just get mine, 'cause that's all I care about.
Just take him off.
Lots of exciting stuff happening here at the River League, but also at one of our other poker rooms, Kojak's. I was there yesterday dealing the Big O tournament. I know they have a high roller tournament going right now over there in Midland. Lots of exciting stuff. I know they have the main event coming up this weekend. Do you plan on playing the main event, Chris?
I do not. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to travel up there to be able to play in the main. But anybody who does go up there, I wish you the best of luck. I saw that, I believe it was Daryl ended up winning the Big O tournament last
Daryl
night.
did. Me and Whitney, another one of the dealers here at the River League, up there dealing the Big O tournament till about 4 in the morning last night. So those Big O tournaments end up in a lot of chop pots, so they can go on for quite a long time.
I heard Daryl made quite the comeback. I heard he was down to less than 2 big blinds when
Yeah,
they
had
got to
about
3-handed.
1.5 bigs, 3-handed, and he was all in almost every hand when they were 3-handed, and ended up making the comeback to win that. Congratulations to Daryl over at Kojak's Poker Room.
Craig surprisingly just going to call here with the pocket pair instead of raising. I think this is another case of Martine will bet it. He's expecting some more aggressive action from Martine, who has raised almost every single hand that he's been in, and he's been in almost every single hand.
And picking up a decent hand here, the King Queen. Let's see if it will stand true. Martine will bet it, and he will.
Look on the label.
He's going to make it $50 to go.
It's the white chocolate mocha.
And it's possible that that squeeze gets him heads up with Craig. And that would be a flip. King Queen versus the pocket sevens.
Craig going to make the call. Sergio,
that's
Dorian, and Mitch going to get out of the way.
Martine once again getting exactly what he wanted there with the raise, going heads up against Craig. Targeting one of the loosest players at the table as the aggressive player. Unfortunately for him, Craig waking up with a pocket pair here. He is ahead right now.
Just me and the winner, he says. Let's go off to a flop.
And Martine ends up flopping top pair here. We'll see if he checks it over.
He's going to continue with the aggression, betting $35.
That's a good bet. That's a good bet. Only 1/3 pot, trying to keep Craig around with exactly the type of hand that he has, a middling pocket pair. The turn bringing in the flush. That's not a good card for Martine because Craig has a lot of spades here along with a lot of pairs here.
No food, but I don't want to leave my.
Looks like that's not going to slow him down, though. He's going to bet small again just to try and keep the pairs in and see if Craig raises with his spades.
Craig, obviously, with no spade in his hand, only can hit one of the last 2 sevens in the deck to win this one.
And the problem is for Craig is that Martine actually doesn't have to have a pair here to be able to keep betting like this. He could have his own single spade that's just the ace of spades to go with anything else he might have. Craig gonna end up making the good fold there. That's a good fold from Craig.
And I think I heard Craig say there, I think it's coming, but I'm going to let you have this one.
I'm sure Martine appreciates it. One other thing I did want to bring up is that we have another tag team tournament coming up at the beginning of December. So we've got our River League Championship on December 7th. While Mike Lowry comes in to replace Dre, I'll tell you guys about it. It's another tag team tournament. This time we're not limiting the number of entries, though. So that first tag team tournament, we limited to 10 teams. This time we are not limiting the entries, and you also don't have to sign up as a team. You can sign up as a single player, and we will help you find somebody to play with in the tournament. Still a $240 entry. Starts at 4 p.m. on December 6th, Saturday, December 6th.
Yep, and I know the people loved watching the live stream, and the team aspect of playing poker isn't usually really a thing, but the idea of being able to play with somebody else and bouncing ideas back and forth with them was something that people found exciting, and I'm happy to see that we're doing another one here at the River League. Chris, if you had to pick somebody to play in a tag team tournament, who are some of the people here around the River League area that you would want to play with?
Surprisingly, I would actually love to play in a tag team tournament with Martine. The aggressive, sorry about that, the aggression that he does, it's complete opposite of the way I play. So having that healthy mix of action helps out a lot. Also, Banks is an extremely solid player to play with.
And yeah, it's always good to have that mix of the two different things. But the people that we did see win the tag team tournament the last time, obviously, our
Most
two
unlikely
owners,
suspect.
Reese and the great Hambino, took it down. People gave him the nickname Nit and Nittier. So 2 players that you don't see playing a lot of hands, but they were able to win that tag team tournament. I'm excited to see a couple of the different lineups that we see for that tournament on December 6th.
Another player flopping anything here, but Sergio with the best equity, being able to turn a pair or a flush. Ends up missing all of it. Craig going to lead out here with the ace high, and Sergio will probably actually call here with the flush draw. He's a little bit of a looser player, not knowing that he can also hit a pair and be good.
Craig's ace high, obviously best right now, given that 64% equity. And Sergio is going to lay it down. The respect to Craig. He said, got him.
Record that.
Craig says it best. Good fold by Sergio.
Just the bills. I'm on the under.
I took magic. Larry.
What happened?
I took the magic.
Yeah, under 40.
Against the Clippers.
44 and a
At
half.
home.
Dude, the Clippers were in the league sacked by 40.
You know what's crazy about that? Oh, it's not the Pacers.
The points are going down.
Record
Going
wise.
half.
We got our good buddy Mike Lowry here in the box.
They going down.
On their pick.
Fastest hands in West Texas, according to himself.
Because the
I
shot.
see Keenan Coleman was a healthy strategy.
But it's always fun to see him in the box. He's always going to be chopping it up about the different sports that are going on.
Dynasty. Dynasty and
The Pats are back.
Pats are back. We're looking at. I've been telling people that I was definitely not on the Pats or Broncos bandwagon to start the season off, but it's looking like we're in another Brady Manning era with the way these teams are playing.
It's really looking like it. And the Colts are back, too.
And the Colts. Nobody expected Daniel Jones to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league right now.
Yep, lots of unexpected teams coming. As we have a real hand going on here. Brad with the pocket sixes.
And Craig waking up with pocket queens, actually waking up with a really good hand right now. Raises to 25, and unfortunately for him, I don't think anybody else is going to raise. Not really liking taking queens 6 ways to a flop, but still has the best equity right now, about 30%. Still ahead right now with the pocket queens. Banks flops top pair with his king 10. Probably not the biggest fan of it, though. Is probably looking for a king or some spades there.
There's just other stuff you're better with.
It's always hard to see yourself flopping top pair, not knowing that somebody else has an overpair. Bank's going to be a little alarmed by this large bet coming from Craig here.
And this does put Sergio in a weird spot. Craig actually overbets the pot here with his pocket queens. And Sergio has a decision to make. He does have the diamond draw, but it would put him all in the call. He makes the call. And I think everybody else is probably just going to quickly get out of this hand.
Banks going to instantly fold top pair there. Great fold there from Banks. Obviously, when Greg's the pre-flop aggressor and then this aggressive on the flop, you put him on a pretty good hand.
A lot of overpairs. He could have some sets here. Has
Brad,
some diamond draws of his own.
that's for sure. Brad reluctantly putting down his pocket sixes there as we go off to a run out. Heads up. We're going to go one time.
Don't burn us low. Burn us low.
And that's an unfortunate card to see on the turn. Dorian had the ace-5 offsuit, would have turned the straight. And Craig going to end up taking this pot down with his pocket queens. And he is back up above even after that hand.
Craig in Profitville once again. We saw him as the biggest winner last week, or one of the biggest winners last week. And I'm sure he wants to keep that momentum going. Queens, I think, were super nice to him last week on the stream as well. Staying nice to him again this week. The ladies. Always a fun hand to pick up.
Just want to give a quick shout out to everybody in the audience watching us on Facebook and YouTube. We recently have also started streaming on Twitch. So if you guys are on Twitch right now, we are streaming on there. The River League is the name on Twitch.
Lots of fun, exciting streams coming up. I'm sure we'll have multiple different games running on these Thursday night cash games and different random tournaments popping up on Saturdays. So we love bringing you entertainment from home, and we love the action here at the River League as well.
No, it's coffee. They roast beans.
I feel like we've seen a lot of middling aces today, a lot of ace 5, 6, 7, and 8,
Extra stuff on it's not hamburger.
which aren't always the best hands, but ace high pre-flop can be the best hand a lot of the time.
Lettuce, tomatoes, mayonnaise.
See a lot of flatting. Martine waking up with the nuts. King 4 again. See how aggressive he gets with it. He makes the big boy raise to $65 just trying to take down the $15 that's in the pot.
So then
Martine always loves to show down the king 4.
And unfortunately for him, Farron wakes up with ace queen suited in the big blind. This is a bad spot for Martine to be in. Probably the single player at the table that he does not want to call him.
And we already saw these two battle earlier. Farron making the nut flush against Martine's stone cold bluff. And Craig seeing two people call 60. He's not going to get in the mix this time.
Dorian surprisingly shoves with king queen offsuit. Very surprising move from Dorian. And I think this puts Martine in a really weird spot.
Obviously,
It's only about $60 more for Martine to make the call here.
and Mitch folding the king 4 as well. It's going to be hard for Martine to find a winning hand here with a lot of his outs already gone from the deck.
Hey, Whitney, did you get the coffee to Mark? Did Mark get his coffee?
One night.
That's not coffee. It looked like a milkshake to me. That's what exactly. They're drinking milkshake. Coffee flavored milkshakes.
Farron here going to come along as well. So we got one player all in, still some action on the side between Farron and Martine.
And unfortunately for Martine, he's drawing pretty thin. We saw that Mitch folded a king 4, and Dorian has a better king than he does. So he's looking for a really small flop. Does not get it.
Flop's
And
going to go check, check.
It's looking like we're just going to check this down. Neither player particularly comfortable with that flop.
And the
And the
ace on the
ace-
river,
The ace from space is going to win fair in this hand.
obviously his ace high was best the whole way.
No nuts.
But picking up top pair there on the river, Farron's going to scoop a nice little pot. All the Farron fans in the chat, I'm sure you're excited to see it. And Farron not playing a bunch of hands today, but playing the good ones and the ones that are getting him winners. And that's what matters. Let's take a look at some of the winners of today's stream so far. Obviously, Farron, our big winner, up $520.
On the other side of it, he seems to have gotten most of that money from Martine. That puts Martine at our biggest loser right now, a little over $300. But we've still got a couple hours to go. Anything can happen. And Farron has just over $1,000 in his stack right now. Craig with a little over 1,100.
I think it'd be fun to see Craig and Farron go at it heads up, those two big stacks.
Polar opposite play styles, both of them with similar chip stacks.
That's right. I'd love to see Craig put Farron in a tricky spot. I think that'd be exciting to see. Banks with the king-9 suited. Looks like he's going to raise it up here.
It looks like Dorian made the big boy raise to $50 there with ace-jack offsuit.
We saw him have ace-jack 2 times earlier and just flat call with it. This time he's going to raise.
Looks like he might just end up taking down the dead money in the pot, but Banks could get tricky here one time. Call with the king-9 suited. He actually
All in
ends
and a
up
call.
surprising jam for Banks here.
Banks is never going to turn down the chance to.
They say one time we're running it for $100.
5 card.
And it's 60-40, so he's not completely dead here. Ooh, ends up being a bad flop. They both flop a pair. Turn is another jack. That's going to give Dorian the win there with trips.
Unfortunate run out. Banks would have made 2 pair there on the river, but Dorian obviously picking up that 3rd jack on the turn. Going to give him the winner here. And after losing his $100 from the last hand, he's going to make it right back from Banks. Going back to the tag team tournament that's coming up on the 6th, we saw a lot of fun little teams put together in that thing. And I hope that people continue with the whole team aspect that we had going last time, where I know we had different team names for everybody. Obviously, Sheena and Tommy were Beauty and the Donk. That was a good one. We had Team Chongos, who was the team that I cheered for in the last one. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it done, but that was the team I was cheering for with Gusto and Donald. So I'm excited to see some of the different team names and fun stuff that people come up with for that tournament on the 6th, now that the player pool is going to be much larger.
How Brad is sometimes. Dollar bill. You got to win $1 at a time here.
Looks like we got the straddle and the double straddle on, so it's going to be $10 to go. Tana, we haven't heard much from today. Kind of card dead. He's going to get in there with the 6-4 offsuit.
It looks like we're going to be going heavy 6 ways to the flop. We're going 7 ways to a flop this time. All different kinds of hands. And Mitch staying ahead right now with his queen jack flops top pair. Nobody with any real draws this time. Craig does have a pair of 7s. He's going to be a little aggressive with it.
It's not so happy. Oh, it's been ordered.
Do it.
I do, but I can't reach.
Four helps nobody. Mitch going to stay ahead with his top pair.
Just got the word from boss man Mark Hamilton that we're opening up a 3rd cash table here at the River League. So if you're interested in playing some poker, Come on down. The wheel spins are going.
Henry.
Banks actually going to lead out
It wasn't
here
me.
with the bluff, betting $80.
Mitch with his top pair not going to go anywhere. It's hard to make a pair. Nonetheless, top pair.
Oops.
I'm wondering what Banks is thinking in this spot. Bet half pot with a bluff
Gee, hi, Tommy. I thought it was somebody's birthday today.
is going to
Happy
get
birthday,
Brad
Gina.
out of the hand with his pair of tens. Craig going to stick around with his pair of sevens.
Let's see an exciting river here, Mike.
It's
The
the
king.
Which is the king. Banks bluffs and then just gets there.
No better feeling in the world than bluffing the whole way and then making a pair and being good.
It does put him in a
410 in
very
the middle.
weird spot, though, because even though he has a king, he basically doesn't have a kicker to play with it. So hands like king, jack, ace, king, and king 9 all beat him right now. He's still going to lead out for $120. Puts Mitch in a little bit of a pickle with his flopped top pair, which is no longer good.
And Mitch sitting there looks like he had chips ready to bet or call. And he is going to call.
He is going to end up hanging Banks
Non-believer
off
of
here.
Banks.
Me, I have 300-ish.
Let's see if Craig is going to make a play here. Asking the other players how much money they have behind. He's just going to lay it down.
Banks turns his bluff into a winning hand here with a pair of kings on the river.
One above mine.
Yep.
And Banks said it himself.
Faith in old Larry.
I was bluffing, but then I hit a king.
Unfortunate hand for Mitch there. That is one of the problems with the non-aggressive play is it puts you in some weird spots when Banks bets there on the river. There's so many hands that he could be betting with.
He said you're very versed in that. Very true.
And Banks now up $450 right now.
Tammy.
Said it was way higher than that.
Tammy.
What do you? I thought y'all were going somewhere for your birthday.
It's her birthday.
Oh.
Mine's Saturday.
Oh, okay. How was McDonald's?
It was
good?
amazing. I got the value size, supersized it finally.
You supersized?
Yeah.
She didn't. Like
No,
you
no,
didn't
no,
get her.
no, I told her she could.
She never supervised.
You didn't.
No.
You told her she could.
She told her she could. It's her birthday.
My God.
You can hear there at the table giving a very special birthday shout out to one of our favorite players here at the River League, Sheena. New to the room as of a couple months ago, but nonetheless, one of our favorite players playing a lot of the free rolls in the 1-3 cash game every day. Happy birthday to Sheena
He's a big hopeless.
and an
romantic.
early happy birthday to Tommy. I believe it's on Saturday as well.
Why'd she roll her
Martin
eyes?
continuing the aggression here with his 10-9 offsuit, raises it to $20. Going to get a couple of callers.
We'll bust Henry in a sec.
Craig waking up with another pocket pair, small one this time, pocket threes.
Or
And
all but
Banks and Mitch going to just flat here. And we're going 7 ways to a flop again. This time, Banks with the best of it with his ace high.
Yeah, everyone.
There was like 8 people in the last hand too.
And
And
flopping an ace.
Mitch ends up flopping 2 pair with his queen 9.
Not pre-flop though.
And he's just going to put the money in. He only has $60 here. Probably going to get a few callers with that small chip stack amount. So he's going to end up more than doubling up here if his 2 pair holds up. Nobody with the spade draw.
Ton with a gut shot.
Ton with a gut shot to Broadway. Martine with a pair of 9s. Unfortunately for him, he is just not likely to win this hand at all. He has
I'm
to go
curious-
runner 10s.
I'm curious to see if we're going to see a raise from Bank. No, he's just going to let his ace go.
Unfortunately, with all that action, ace with no kicker is not likely to be good anytime soon. The jack gets there, puts the flush out there. That's probably going to slow things down a bit. Ton turns a pair of jacks.
Oh, hold on, way behind now.
Action's going to check around this time. Let's see an exciting river.
And the river is a complete brick.
Anything but exciting.
Mitch is going to win this hand with his 2 pair. And Mitch getting the very easy quintuple up there, winning almost $300 on that pot.
You tell him to have some faith. Yeah, have some faith, Mitch. Come on, man. You gave all my other money to him.
Have some faith, Mitch.
Well, that was just a redistribution. Well,
I guess I'm back to him here.
are you coming in, Marco?
Thank you, sir.
Hi, Marco.
James.
As we say goodbye to Mike Lowry, we have a new dealer coming into the box. Say hello to Marco.
Thank you.
Good question.
And taking another look at our VPIP chart, Craig has taken over with 83%. Martine not too far behind him at 77%. And he's raised almost every single one of those hands pre-flop.
And we see those people at the bottom of the list, Farron and Henry. Farron,
Surprising that Henry is down this low, only a 16% VPIP. I would have expected him to be playing more hands. But he did win a little bit early, and he seems to just be coasting right now, waiting for another good hand.
yeah, Farron and Henry at the bottom of the list, but also two people in Profitville today. Farron up $520 and Henry up $122. So maybe playing more hands doesn't always get you the win.
And Banks
Mark said
winning that $400, most of it coming off of that bluff that turned into top pair. But Mitch made a comeback. He's no longer down. He's actually up almost $200.
Oh, Tommy would be like a charity thing.
Yeah.
You know.
His dad will probably pair up with him. He'll be his third
Martine with
son,
another
lowest
middling ace.
I don't know if he loves him that much.
Not going to be
son.
aggressive
Love him
with it
that
this
much.
time, though.
You paired up with him once before.
He's got other kids.
Yeah, you got two other kids.
3. He's got a girl too.
Oh.
Tammy.
You got 4. He's got 5.
John, you have 5 kids?
4 or 5.
Go ahead, bro. How much is it?
We're going to see a couple limps here.
She loves you, but yeah.
Looks like $3 is going to be a fair price for everybody to see a flop.
We're going to go 6 ways to this limp pot flop.
I think this might be the smallest pot we've seen pre-flop tonight. $18 in the middle. Marco putting out his first board of the day of all hearts.
And Tan just flops the flush. Still not got the check mark, though. Everybody except for Champ has a better heart than he does. Martine with the nut flush draw and middle pair going to lead out and bet the size of the pot. Tan obviously going to put some chips in as a raise with the flopped flush. And this might get just heads up between Martine and Tan. Alarm bell is probably going off in Martine's head right now. Probably knows that he's only drawing to a heart at this point.
See, back then, he actually believed it when you said
Tan
like that.
goes all in, and I think that's going to solidify for Martine. He knows he's drawing to just a heart at this point. But he's going to make the call, only $100.
And if Tan's flush holds up here, he's going to be able to spin the wheel and pick up this $358 pot. To the river we go.
No heart, no good. Tan is going to take this pot and get a wheel spin for his flush.
People at the River League very excited about that wheel spin and a chance to win $1,000. We had a couple people hit it throughout the week this week. I know Martine hit it on Tuesday, and I believe Andy hit it on Monday or Sunday. So lots of people winning lots of big prizes here at the River League.
I didn't know that.
Pick our camera pros. I'm sure we'll have that back on here in just a second. There we go.
Tommy, Ton hit.
Luckily, our camera crew tonight is a little more well trained. We've got things more in place than we did last week. Martine gonna rebuy. Looks like for $200.
3 hours.
You could move up on the.
You can move up on the sun list.
Yeah,
You won't be number 3 no more. You might drop to 5.
Oh, it's coming. No, it went past 1,000.
I'm adopted son.
Wait till that.
Ever since we went to Molested.
Money's 25.
Sounds like Tan won another $25 off of that wheel spin. The winners just keep winning.
Tommy, you went down
below me.
25.
You're below me.
Henry finally playing a hand, gonna raise here with Jack 8 suited in position.
And obviously, with Henry not playing as many hands, you heard Banks earlier laid down his ace queen suited because he asked Henry, "You haven't played a hand yet, have you?" And when you don't play as many hands, people put you on stronger ones whenever you're raising. So his Jack 8, definitely a different play from him here.
Brown.
We go off to a flop of ace, king, queen, all diamonds.
Martine right now with the best hand with top pair. No real kicker to speak of. Craig gonna bet with his 7 of diamonds flush draw, which actually is the best flush draw right now. Martine gonna call with his top pair. Everybody else gonna get out of this hand, and we've got Martine and Craig heads up again. And the diamond does come. Not out of the woods yet, though. Another diamond. There it is.
There's
and
the
we
10
end
of
up getting it.
diamonds.
This is going to end up being a chop pot. Unfortunately for Craig, we have a chop pot.
Yeah, wait a minute.
I really thought you were gonna pull your hand.
Martine almost not realizing that there was a flush on the board for him to be able to chop that pot. Almost ended up mucking his cards.
You can see there, Craig's 7 of diamonds doesn't play. All the other diamonds on the board are better than his 7. So
Didn't hit the muck.
everybody playing the board here in this situation.
I had 6, 7, 2, but I have the other 6 of diamonds.
He told me it was this Saturday.
I say 6 ain't good enough.
I'll call him and tell him. Well, I got to talk to him tomorrow anyway, 'cause I told the truck for him. Okay.
Still no good.
You just got mad at everybody else for calling your race.
You just did it. I did it. You're talking about doing it.
Martine going to straddle here to $5. So we got $5 coming around.
Oh, we're not. He
Henry going to raise it here with ace 9 of hearts.
See what kind of person does that?
I mean, I don't know.
Ton maybe thinking about getting frisky here one time. Ends up folding.
You're in a tough range.
Craig living up to his image, going to call here with the Jack 7 offsuit.
Mention my name.
And Martine gets the king, doesn't get the 4 to go with it, so he's going to end up folding. We're going to be going 3 ways to this flop.
Still, he called me out now. You know what I mean?
Flop is 9 high. Sergio flops a pair of 5s, but Henry flops top pair with his ace 9. Ends up checking it, surprising from Henry. Flops top pair and decides to check it. Maybe expecting Sergio to bet here, so let's see if we see a check raise coming out of Henry right now.
Dennis called me today, right? Saying he's hard to run. I can't leave this Saturday. No way. Yeah, I got too many things going.
Very smartly decides to just flat here.
Having 2 action players behind you, the power of position is so huge in the game of poker. And the 6 of hearts on the turn, gonna pick up a flush draw.
Sergio jams. And Sergio is looking for only another 5, unfortunately for him.
A 5 and a 5 only.
She was there. Did she know that she was the third
Yeah.
machine, the card?
Oh, you got me still. Can't win.
Well, you can hit 5.
And Dennis made it sound like I was the one that told him to call.
And no 5 means Sergio is no good. And Henry's going to take this down with his top pair.
You heard Craig in the background there say, golly, I would have made it straight. Craig obviously folding that Jack 7 would have made it straight 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. But Henry's going to take down this pot. And he hasn't played many hands, but the hands that he's been in, he's been the winner of them.
And that's right. He hasn't played that many hands, but he's played just enough to where he's up $300 right now. Ended up in third place as far as our winnings are concerned.
Turns out gambling,
Farron still up $500. Hasn't played a hand in a little bit,
Who would do
but
that to a
we
40?
kind of expect that from Farron.
No, he did.
I was talking to Reese yesterday when I was over at Kojak's about Farron playing the stream today, and he goes, you know, my dad asked me the other day
No,
if he could
thanks
play
for
the
your
stream,
old
and I had to think about it for a while because I was thinking, Dad, you don't play very many hands, so having you on the stream might just be an empty spot there for a while. But Farron has come onto the stream today, and he has showed out, playing very good, very smart, and we're happy to have him here on the River Live.
More coffee?
Yes.
not me, though.
Maybe don't call.
We have a score update from Houston as the Bills take a opening drive touchdown up 6-0, missing the extra point. But
Yeah.
to all you football fans tuning into the Thursday night game and the River League stream at the same time, Bills go up 6-0 in that one.
I can't do it.
We see a raise to $33 with Craig with that 6-4.
I have my phone. I do
Get a couple callers, and Dorian's going to flop a pair of aces. It's going to be the best here. Action's going to check around. We're going to see a free turn. Banks with a gut shot to a 10.
Two of diamonds, no help to anybody. Craig with the big 0 there, the big goose egg to win this hand.
Dorian going to bet 50. And the looks that he's getting from both Banks and Martine, quite funny there, as we don't see much aggression from Dorian. And I wonder if Banks is going to try to make a play here. Obviously, Dorian was not much behind. He's going to take down this pot and show.
Michael, can you bet?
Oh, I love draw. That makes sense.
Dorian, one of our frequent Big O players here at the River League.
I don't know.
Trying a little bit of Hold'em today. You don't see him play Hold'em very much. He's been playing the free rolls the past couple weeks. He actually won the free roll that we did a live stream on. I think our first ever actual practice live stream we did here at the River League. Dorian took it down. Not much of a Hold'em player, but has been running good recently in those tournaments, actually. Tan just card dead today. That 8-3 of spades is going to be no help to him.
The best player that people don't really talk about being that good.
Craig going to raise up the Jack 6 of diamonds here to $25.
25.
Mitch actually going to make the call here with the Doyle.
We were talking here earlier about the power of position. Mitch with that being on the button.
Going to end up taking this heads up to the flop. Probably best case scenario for Mitch here. Mitch flops bottom pair. Craig does flop middle pair. That's the pot. Mitch is going to call with his pair, trying to
People flopping a
hit
pair.
two pair.
Mitch, a non-believer.
And he gets the club draw, gives him a lot more outs.
Yeah, and they're both in first place.
Best thing for Mitch there with Craig checking. River helps nobody.
They have one more loss.
And Craig is going to win this hand with a pair of sixes.
Mine's not bigger than yours.
No, no.
And Craig's pair of sixes is going to take it down there. He's going to scoop up a nice little pot there.
No, really? One pair of the draws I'll have, Craig. My draw didn't come.
Outside, I can hear the wheel spinning. People winning some money, winning some prizes here at the River League. Obviously, some of our other promotions going on right now. We have the wheel spin that we've been talking about so much throughout the night. They're active. 2 cash tables rolling. Come make a flush or better and spin and win. Other promotion. We haven't seen aces yet today in the live stream, but if you get your aces cracked while you're playing at the cash table, you get $100 added to your stack.
Or he did see aces a decent amount of the time last stream, but if I remember right, they won every single time that they were played.
Every single time they were played, and rightfully so. We see Sergio open jamming for $100 with the ace-8 offsuit. Martine wants to gamble. Gonna put his money in with king-10 offsuit.
Terrible record.
No, the Raiders.
Yes.
Baron.
Farron in a spot now. Martine actually jammed over the top. The Farron has the chips to call, but don't know if he's got the gamble in him to actually make the call here with ace-jack.
So we've seen Farron play ace-10 and ace-queen. Let's see if we can play with
He
ace-jack.
ends up
He's not.
folding it.
There's a lot of pricks that make fun of
Brad
people.
with the 8-6 of hearts. Gonna let that one go.
Craig, not afraid to gamble, going to put the chips in. And he does have the best hand right now. He's got Sergio's 8th and Martine's 10. So Martine's really looking for a king on this flop.
He had emotion like he was squeezed it there.
They don't run the ball.
Farron's gonna be kicking himself when he sees that he folds the best hand in this all in. We got 314 in the middle and 160 on the side.
We like them to play.
Sergio already pulling out the cash for his rebuy, knows he's not in good shape. And that's bad. Unfortunate for Farron, would have flopped trips.
That's definitely a penalty, though. He's grabbing the whole way.
Martine with a gut shot could hit a queen as well. Not gonna get it.
And Craig is just going to win this hand with his ace high. Farron immediately saying, I had ace jack. Would have ended up winning that hand with trips if he had called. Instead, Craig is going to scoop this almost $500 pot with ace high.
Mike,
No.
I did. Come Craig behind me. I done seen him reaching for sale. I knew he had ace something.
He saw him reach.
I voted the other Jack to go with it.
Well, it's all in. All in. Me, these two are behind me. Offsuit.
Holding. The return.
Okay, I left that behind. Dang.
We see two people pulling out chips to rebuy here.
You can see it pretty well.
Martine rebuying for some chips and Sergio getting $100. I wonder if we're gonna see him just wait for a spot like he did just there and put that $100 in the middle again.
Drayton or Lowry.
We see two stacks today, over $1,000. Obviously, Farron sitting around that 1,000 mark, and Craig with 1,200.
Yeah, Craig's been winning all that money with hands exactly like this, 7-5 suited. Gonna end up flatting here. Mitch going to raise, got the big hand, ace jack of clubs.
4 yards.
And it's gonna fold back around to Craig. We'll see if he ends up making the call here. I don't see why he wouldn't.
Craig gonna come along with a suited one gapper, and Dorian's gonna come along as well. Three suited pretty hands going off to a flop.
And the flop being ace high. It's gonna be hard for somebody else to win the hand. Craig does flop open-ended though, so I don't know if he's gonna be able to go anywhere.
We saw Craig double up Mitch earlier with an open ender. Kind of a situation just like this one.
And he just immediately hits it. Craig gets the check mark on the turn with the nut straight. River pairs the board. Probably not going to get a lot of action here.
Craig's gonna bet 100.
And Mitch might think he's good here with top pair, really good kicker.
We know he's not going first.
He
Yeah,
is gonna call.
He ends up donating right back to Craig.
And the bad news for Mitch. He's gonna let that one go. I've been dying to try out this new audio board that we have here back in the broadcast room. And what a perfect time. Craig turning the nut and getting paid from Mitch,
Anyway,
Legal man
adding
outfield.
up to his stack there.
No, it don't work. Penalty means he's not going to get the points either way.
People tuning in online on YouTube and Facebook and Twitch, we want to hear from you. Say something in the chat. We'll give you a shout out here at the River League. Let us know you're watching and who you're cheering for here today.
Start with what I have left. I don't have a choice. Sometimes I start with what I have left.
As we go off to hand number 26, Craig going to start off our action here with Queen 10 offsuit. He's going to raise it up to $15.
Bank's going to get in the mix this time. King, queen, offsuit.
Can I get the card, Martin?
So,
Can I get them right? Please?
Looking to set mine here. Martin with pocket fives. Going to be hard for him to hit the set when Ton has one of his fives.
Look at Farron coming along for the ride with Jack 6. I haven't seen him play a hand that isn't necessarily a premium, but the Jack 6, he's going with
And
it.
he ends up flopping a pair of sixes.
Which is the...
Not good right now. Ton does have the pair
pair
of
of
sevens.
sevens.
He's not too far ahead. Still plenty of overcards.
Brad flopping a gut shot to a 9. Martin's still convinced that he has the best hand with his pair of fives.
A lot of good turn cards. Could turn a straight draw, could turn a set. And we're going to stay 5 ways going into the turn. Everybody with decent equity, except for Martin, unfortunately. Martin gets turned dead. Ton turns trip sevens.
yeah.
Ton, we haven't heard much from him today, but those trip sevens.
And the only one with equity in this hand is Brad. He can still hit a 9 for a straight to win this hand, but it's going to be very, very difficult to beat Ton's trip sevens here.
Ton going to put out a large bet here of $155. I think everybody's just going to get out of the way.
And with Brad folding, Ton does take the check mark. Martin drawing dead. If he hits his 5, his boat would be no good to Ton's bigger one.
Martin,
Martin?
non-believer.
Convinced that Ton does not have a 7 here.
And drawing stone dead, obviously Ton with that 7-5. Even if he does hit the case 5 here.
And does not, but Brad unfortunately folds the best hand. Would have hit his gut shot on that river.
And you can see him there on the screen shaking his head.
Martin has 105. That's a small one.
And Ton jams, and it sounded like Martin called with his pair of 5s, very convinced that Ton did not have a 7 there. Unfortunately, this time he does.
Y'all would have just bet 25. I'd have got there. Couldn't get there.
Champ has his grandbabies watching as well. Always a fan favorite here at the River League whenever Craig gets a FaceTime call from you guys when we're here working. Always that iconic wolf howl when Craig picks up the phone. We love Uncle Craig here at the River League.
I was in a call the first time, flopped, and I went, oh my God, then we got 3 sets. I need a fill. Hey, rat.
Yeah, I'm out of here, right?
Tell me the worst name, Phil.
And Martin, with his aggression today, really hasn't paid off for him. Definitely our biggest loser of the night. Not going super well, down around $1,000. But we saw, I think it was Kelly last week actually, who was our biggest loser of the night, make a comeback at the end. End up close to even, not necessarily even, but making that comeback at the end of the stream is definitely always helpful. But 8 deuce offsuit, definitely not going to be helpful. He's going to let it go.
I'm going to come in with the Queen Jack offsuit and the cutoff. Farron wakes up with pocket 4s, and Brad wakes up with pocket 3s. This could shake out to be an interesting hand. We're going 7 ways to the flop yet again. And Farron flops a set of 4s on this board. Nobody with the flush draw, just some backdoor flush draws.
Dorian flopping top pair.
And Craig is the one that ends up leading out with bottom pair backdoor club draw. Dorian not going to go anywhere with top
I
pair.
didn't realize I saved Tommy.
And we'll see what Farron does. If Farron's able to just make the call here. But looks like he's going to end up raising.
He's gonna make it 165.
And Dorian with the snap call, actually.
Keep running, keep running, keep running.
Dorian snap calls him here with top pair.
Let's see a spade on the turn for a little bit of a sweat.
Drawing extremely thin right now. Has to go runner, one way or the other. The turn is the 7 of diamonds. Kills Dorian's hand. Farron going to just jam here with his set of 4s. Dorian ends up snapping him off. Sees the bad news, drawing dead.
He starts a good game. That's a good hesitation there.
He did a 9. He did a 9.
Sucks some weeks, so like a couple weeks.
River, the queen of clubs, and Farron is going to win this hand with a set of 4s.
The problem is, every time he gets 35 weeks, Bijan has a 6 1 week. Then when Bijan has a 35 1 week, he has a 6 1 week.
And Farron staying steady today. Hasn't played many hands, but the hands that he's in, he's winning them. We see profit bill of $852.
Martine down just over $1,100 right now. Unfortunately, just has not been a good session for him, but been a very good session for Farron, who hasn't played all that many hands, but he's won almost all the hands that he's played in, giving him that profit of $850. And Dorian is going to be coming back in for $100. The $100 hero, just like Sergio.
Yeah, me and Ton are sweating the under.
Going to wake up with 8-7 off suit.
Final score.
Not going to stick around with that one. And Martine's going to end up raising. It looks like we're going to be sweating his hand this go around. We're going
Always fun to have
3
a
ways to
mystery
the
hand.
flop.
You try to ride back now?
Flop going to be 2 aces and a jack. Doesn't look like that helps anybody. Thanks to king high right now. Everybody checks through. Turn is the king of spades. Gives Banks top pair.
Sergio flush draw. Sergio going to bet out $25 and get the fold from both other players. So he's going to take down this small little pot, but a pot nonetheless.
He looks so much different now. After I saw him my first time come back here, he looks nothing like he used to. Looks sickly now. Really used to look. He used to be real muffled up. I don't know if you ever saw him. He was that way. He used to be real muffled up. Another guy comes in looks just like a little less than he used to look like. He got sick. He bent down.
We're moving on to hand number 29. Dorian wakes up with pocket 8s. Going to end up just flatting here.
Dorian, can I get the cards, Baines?
Martine coolering Dorian right now has pocket 9s. And Mitch has one of Dorian's 8s. This could end up being a bad hand for Dorian.
Gonna raise it up to $30.
And Henry folds Dorian's other 8. So Dorian
Across the line.
going to be in very, very bad shape if he sticks around in this hand. Farron wakes up with a pocket pair. We got 3 pocket pairs this hand. Calls with the pocket 5s.
Looks to me it's going to be the battle of the set mines. Craig, obviously, with one of Martine's 9s, so one of those are gone too. We're going a lot of the ways to the flop.
Looks like we're going to be going 5 ways to the flop. Martine currently with the best hand, but not in the best of shape. Only has 1 9 left in the deck. And Farron flops another set. Flops a set of 5s this time, bottom set. And unfortunately for him, I don't know how much value he's going to be able to get out of it with a king high board and nobody having a king.
And it's never a good sight to see when Farron's leading out on a board.
You call that a king?
And this is a battle we've seen a couple times today. The battle between Martine and Farron.
And this is going to be very bad for Martine, drawing the 1 out. Somebody else folded the other 9.
That's him.
Another king. Doesn't help anybody. Farron trying to get the rest of Martine's stack right now. That's $100. Martine with 105. Martine's going to end up paying him off, drawing for the case 9, or now he can also hit a king for a bigger boat. Unfortunately, no help on the river, and Farron is going to take down another decent-sized pot. Martine all in.
Or 5.
All in, let's see if he makes the call, and he does.
Unfortunately, Farron's going to snap him off for that $5. Just give Farron every last dollar.
King wasn't done you any good.
Sets after
Spin the wheel.
Spin the
And
wheel.
he is going to get to spin the wheel with 5s full.
Yeah, he hit there.
Just a bad night for Martine.
Somebody spin the wheel for Farron.
Just has not been able to get anything going tonight.
You know what? He's been a trooper about it.
He has.
Seems to still be having fun
Got
at the table and
Here you go.
not afraid to pull out that wallet
You
and
got the
rebuy.
executioner
And
spinning
not
it for
afraid to keep pushing the action. He's still been very
3
aggressive
hours.
despite being down.
you. There he goes.
And that's exactly what you want to see. You don't want to be changing the way you play just because you're down money.
That's right.
Random player.
I think he got 250.
I think he's got 250. I think so.
250.
There
And
you go.
Farron winning the pot, but also becoming $250 richer from our wheel spin. So
Better not
congratulations
Rich
to
get
Farron.
richer.
The rich get richer. That's right.
I didn't know she was in here.
Farron right now with $1,600 in his stack. What a night it has been for him.
That's enough for that.
Up over $1,000 right now. Mitch gonna flat under the gun with ace jack offsuit. Martine gonna continue being aggressive with queen 10 suited.
That's a good throw. On the run, stop in the air and flips it.
And looking like we're gonna go again. We're gonna go heavy to the flop. No, Sergio is gonna end up jamming here with king 10 offsuit, trying to put some pressure out there.
Good luck on their rolling.
Mitch is going to go all in for a little bit less with his ace jack.
Martine gonna make the call. He's a lot of money.
Unfortunately,
He's
he's
trying to
in,
make a
uh,
comeback.
He's in another cooler scenario. Somebody else has a queen 10 and Sergio has a king 10, so it's going to be another spot that's just, it's very bad luck for Martine. I don't really know how else to describe it. Every hand that he's been in this spot, somebody has had either the same hand or he's been getting dominated, as we would say, with somebody having a slightly better hand than him with the same card.
Got me?
Yep, and this one he does have the hearts working for him,
man,
which
you're
could
the
be
one. Come
helpful
here.
in later streets, but it's
For
definitely
now.
tough when you see a jam and a call, and you have the same hand as somebody else. Let's see if Brad's going to come along for the ride with all that money in the middle.
So if she hit it 1 hour, does she give you $12 back?
I gave her $1.
I know.
Brad is going to end up making the call, surprisingly, here.
Should have put it right back like
And
that.
With all of this money in the pot, I don't see Craig folding.
Oh, Craig's going nowhere.
So we could be going 6 ways to the flop for over $100. And we are. We're going to be going 6 ways to the flop for over $100 a piece. Small little $50 side pot working.
Tan with the best hand doesn't know it, but his pocket threes. It's hard to make a pair, and he's the only one with a pair.
And Martine, Brad, and Sergio all holding their own outs right now. Mitch right now with the best chance to win, 27%. Nobody has his ace.
Get the ball back.
You had to put your money on a hand before we see the flop here, Chris. Who are you going with?
Honestly, my money's on Craig.
Yeah, you like the 6-5 offsuit?
I like the 6-5. When everybody else is playing big cards, I want to have the small cards. Because it's just everybody has their own outs right now.
You know, I dealt a tournament in Burleson at the Poker House Fort Worth a couple months ago, and it was a situation just like this in a tournament, though. We have one person on the stone bubble all in with pocket threes, and everybody else calls with hands like Queen 10, Queen 10, King 10, and Ace Jack. And the pocket three held the whole way.
Wow.
5 cards, and none of them can make a pair higher than a pair of threes. So I'm going to go with Ton's pair of threes.
Craig flops a pair of 5s, ends up having the best hand right now.
Martine with his queen high, he's just going to put the rest of his money in the middle.
No reason not to. Try and put as much pressure as you can. Probably going to get Ton out of here with an underpair.
Very good. Feel like everybody's game or what? I think everybody's.
We'll see what Ton does with his underpair.
I mean, $83.
He can still think he's good, and he would be right to think that he's good against almost everybody else in the hand right now.
I know. Nico's like not like the bumper though.
He's like 6'4".
He's going to put in
And
the call.
Ton sniffs out Martine's bluff here and calls him with a pair of 3s.
Like Brad with nothing really working for him here.
You think you go? Hope for
Has to go.
He's going to put in the call as well.
We're getting some surprising play this hand. Craig not going anywhere with not only a pair, but also a gut shot. An 8 would give him a straight.
And it's hard for Craig to think here that he has the best hand with all the action that he's seen in front of him, but
He's got so many. He's got to think that he's live, though. That's the important part. When you're 6 ways on a board, it's not important about having the best hand in the moment. It's about knowing that you're live to be able to hit a bunch of outs to be able to just scoop the thing.
that's correct. So we got 6 players still in the hand. 2 of them already all in. Got side action between Ton, Brad, and Craig.
And that actually helps Craig out a lot. Takes him from not only the best hand, but now instead of being gutted, he's open-ended. And Craig is going to end up taking this pot if he sticks in here with a pair of 5s. And best case scenario, it just checks around, and Craig's going to take this this is an over $1,000 pot, and he's going to end up scooping the whole thing with a pair of 5s.
And
an all
everybody
low
else
board.
in the hand sitting there shaking their heads.
You got to be kidding me.
Ton.
You heard Farron say it.
Keep 'em coming, Craig says.
Ton, the only other player in the hand that could have potentially won it, but
I want that 4 to be a 3.
I don't blame him for just checking it down. It would have been extremely hard for him to try and bluff Craig out of the hand.
Yeah, and if that river card would have been a 3, giving Ton a set, Craig obviously would have hit his open-ended straight draw. So would have been tough for Ton to win it there. We definitely would have seen some more action.
I mean, after
Craig now with over $2,000, he's stacked up over $1,100 right now. And unfortunately for Martine, the bad night just keeps getting worse.
$3.
Craig, it is hard to make a pair. You have to teach him the lesson.
Banks is right about that, especially when everybody else is holding your cards. It's hard to make a pair in this game sometimes.
They did. You know, Craig, that's their fault.
2-3 and it didn't come on the flop.
And after that hand, we'll take a look at winning numbers. Farron and Craig both up over $1,100, and Martine right now, unfortunately, just cannot hit a hand. He's down a little over $1,500 right now. Sergio, the second biggest, down $650. And Mitch, unfortunately, has just been up and down. He's down almost $200 right now.
We can see how those win percentages kind of line up with the VPIPs, minus Craig. Of course, he's playing a lot of those hands, 86% of them. But the other winners that we see today, Farron, Henry, Mitch, Banks, all of those guys at the bottom of the board. So we've seen the tighter you are, then the higher chance you have of winning and making a good hand.
It's easy to win hands if you play a tight range.
That is true.
Craig showing that aggression right now and that loose nature that he's got, raising with Jack 3 offsuit. Sergio following right behind him with Jack Deuce suited.
Banks put it in a 3-bet with the King 10 suited. to $60. Mitch going to come along with a pocket pair.
Mitch going to try and set mine right now, and his set mine is good. I don't think anybody's folded an 8 so far.
You know, Martine, who's been running into it today, he hasn't necessarily had bad hands that he's playing either, just not seeming to make a hand when he gets to the river.
Luckily for him, he's actually in the dominating spot right now with King Queen dominating Banks' King 10. Banks does have the diamonds though.
Oh, we got the winner.
We're getting the riffraff out. We've got the good hands left in, going 3 ways to a flop. A little over $200 in the pot already. Going to a flop. Flop is deuce 10-10 and Banks. Oh, it's just bad luck after bad luck for Martine. Banks flops trip 10s.
Sneaky little check there from Banks on the flop.
And Martine does have a chance. He could hit a jack here for a straight. Mitch, unfortunately, just not going to be able to win this hand. And we'll see what kind of value Banks tries to go for here with his trip 10s.
Let's see if Mitch is a believer. May think
That's
that
just
his pair
over
of tens are
1/3 pot.
Still good.
Mitch
in the call.
gonna fall for it right here. Unfortunately, with Martine folding, Banks gets the check mark.
You better get ready, boy.
6 on the river does nothing. And Banks is going to take this down. We'll see if he gets the rest of Mitch's money to go with it.
And he is going to.
He is with trip 10s.
A hard time believing you had that.
Yeah.
Unfortunate for Mitch.
Pretty good flop, huh?
Gonna have to rebuy yet again.
And I think if I'm correct, Mitch, both of the hands that he's played today, he's lost to a set and trips, kind of like that when he has pocket pairs that, you know, he's just not a believer that those people have the hands that they're saying they have.
Might also just be getting a little bit too sticky with the pocket pairs.
That's true.
Looks
And
like
we're
Dre is
bringing
gonna be coming back in.
Dre. We want to give a shout out to our worker back here doing the tracker today. Shout out to Destiny, your favorite dealer here at the River League. We have tons of combinations of dealers and people working in the backstage crew here today. So make sure you appreciate your River League workers. We got lots of them that are doing a lot of the stuff behind the scenes to make this stream happen. So an extra thank you will always be appreciated.
Take it. Love to see a little bit quicker of the second quarter.
And just to put it out there, if you guys, because I can only do so much, if you guys have any suggestions for what you guys would like to see on the stream, feel free to shout it out in the chat. Or if you come up to the River League, you can talk to me. I'm up here 5 days a week. And let me know what you guys want to see on the stream, and I will see what I can do to put it up there for you.
Chris, definitely our tech mastermind behind the scenes. So I know if you have ideas, he's going to figure out a way to make it happen, or at least try to.
Marco, did you have red chips that were in tips?
Drops? Tips. E for tips. E for promo. As long as I know what it is. Just do it up on your boat.
Harry Bolt.
I bet it.
Fair, that's 15. Brad Bolt.
I don't know. Aaron
Third Bolt. Thanks.
Give me something, Mark.
Call.
Is that Shakir?
Yeah.
Here.
Holy cow.
Intent.
Oh, no.
You go to the 10. Nobody in trouble.
Maybe he's going to play a game of Call of Duty with Scatabo.
And it looks like we're going 5 ways to a flop here. Sergio and Dorian both with Queen 10.
Oh!
Martine,
Oh,
unfortunately, in another cooler spot with the 10 deuce off suit. But his 2 looks like it's live.
Oh, you hate to see that for
He would scramble, but why he went faster? Why he slowed down? He shot
He just
behind
froze.
the receiver to throw.
Yeah, he broke something.
Martine going to end up folding here. We'll see what the action looks like going into the flop. Nope, looks like we saw a flop.
Oh my God, the Trubisky.
Baron had a pair of 4s. Ends up just taking the pot down.
No, I don't want to see this.
I don't think it's.
I think he's gonna break it.
I think he just falls on it.
Moving on to the next hand, everybody watching the Bills and Texans game. From what I can tell, this is looking like a good game. It's looking like a very strong defensive battle. A lot of people don't know, but the Texans actually have the best scoring defense in the league right now. They've only allowed 17 points a game, and they're holding up right now. From what I can tell, the score is 6-3. Bills are up right now with the ball.
He's good.
Going into hand number 33, Tom's going to wake up with a 9-6 offsuit
Right
and
there.
just put that in the muck immediately.
Trubisky's not quite what you want.
He's okay. After all,
Oh, yeah, he's moving both wrists. He's good.
Craig going to get his hand folded because he's away from the table. This is going to be probably
Like it, didn't it?
It's going to be one of the only folds you're going to see from that chip stack this entire night. Banks raising it to $55. Looks like we're going to go heads up with Sergio, who has queen 7. Banks going to be dominating here. Both of them with suited cards, though. We'll see if one of them hits a flush to try and spin that prize wheel.
It got folded like that a couple times.
Going to the flop.
Pretty brave.
And Banks just flops the nuts, flops Broadway on this King Jack 10 board. Sergio is open-ended with his queen. We'll see if he sticks around. He is going to make the call.
Which cards are out?
The turn is the 8 of hearts. Gives Sergio not only the gut shot to hit the same straight as Banks, but now also gives him the flush draw. He's got 7 outs to win this hand. He's not out of the woods yet. Banks jams, trying to put all the pressure on Sergio. And Sergio snaps him off. Trying to hit an ace or a heart here. An ace to chop the pot or a heart to scoop it.
How many times? 2 times. 2 times.
They have agreed to run it twice. We will see what happens here.
If you hit the flush hit on the first one, so you spin the wheel. That's fair.
Fortunately, the camera is not doing us any favors right now.
We'll just do like a 6 on
Ace
the
of spades.
Get the cameras back up very shortly. And the first one is no help. Deuce of spades. Still looking for an ace or a heart. We'll see what comes. And he does hit the heart, and they are going to end up chopping this pot. You see $2 a piece.
It's always funny to see $544 in that pot, but both players just profiting $2 a piece.
Wheel spin.
And yeah, unfortunately, Sergio is not going to get the wheel spin because he didn't hit it on the first run out.
Yeah.
But doesn't get the wheel spin, but ends up getting his money back on the hand. That might be a little more valuable right now.
You got Broadway. Flop Broadway. Or to get Broadway. You don't have to flop. You get the step my three.
And we're moving down to about our last hour of the stream here tonight. We appreciate all of you watching from YouTube and Facebook and Twitch. We're very happy to bring you these live streams on a weekly basis. Hope you're enjoying them. As we go to hand 34 of the night. Looks like we're going to see a bunch of limpers here. Martine with pocket jacks on the button. Going to raise it up to $35.
Martine finally waking up with a big hand here. Unfortunately, nobody else with a really big hand behind him, but that's never stopped anybody from not calling before. Brad is going to make the call here with Jack 3 of diamonds, and that might put enough money in the pot to where everybody else comes in behind. I see the calling chips in front of Sergio, and it looks like Dorian just went ahead and put the money in. He only had a little over $50.
Low board. Ace, 2, 3.
Dorian
Mitch is
or
going to come along here with King 5 of spades.
You got question?
A couple of
Brad.
sticky hands in here.
With that Jack 3, I think there's just too much money in the middle for him to fold at this point.
And knowing that nobody can raise behind you is always good. Being able to complete the action, and with the way the raising went, nobody was going to be able to raise behind.
I hope he gets second that thing.
And we're going to be going 5 ways to the flop. One player all in. Dorian looking for a 3, the last 3 in the deck to hit a set.
Alright, we're going to board.
Buy them, fix it up.
Martin just hoping his jacks hold and that he can win a hand one time. And just unfortunate for him, he is just not having a good day. Sergio flops top pair with a pair of queens.
Sergio with
And going to lead out with that top pair. And it's just unfortunate for Martin. He just can't believe him. Could hit a 9. That gives Sergio 2 pair, but it wouldn't really change all that much. He's already ahead. Ace comes out, does give Martin a gut shot to a king. And Dorian, unfortunately, gets the 0, the goose egg here. 5 on the river helps nobody. And Sergio, unfortunately for Martin, Sergio is just going to take this pot. And it's just not been a good night for Martin. And he hasn't been getting it in with bad hands. He just has not been able to have good runouts for his hands.
Yeah, obviously Pocket Jack's a premium pocket pair, but susceptible to any queen, king, or ace like we saw there.
And I think that if he had known that Dorian did not have that many chips, he probably would have changed his raise size there.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, when he makes it that big and Dorian jams behind, it doesn't reopen the action for him to just jam back over the top to get everybody else out of the hand. You don't want to. He knows better than to take the pocket jacks 5 ways to a flop.
That's for sure. And you never know. You never know with Sergio there too. He could make a call for a lot more money with that queen 9 suited, but like I said, you never know what's going to happen. Action didn't reopen, and he wasn't able to put any more money in the middle.
Going into the next hand, Brad going to wake up with 7-5 suited. Ends up flatting here for the $3. Craig going to end up raising here to $25 with 6-4 suited. This is the kind of stuff we'd come to expect from Craig, especially when he has all of those chips in front of him. There's no reason not to be aggressive with hands like that.
And another situation for Martin tonight.
He's just
He has
been getting
ace 10
coolered and coolered and
just-
coolered.
A little bit behind against Banks' ace jack.
And Brad and Champ with the small cards, Farron with Jack 9 right there in the middle.
No, he didn't feel the pressure.
Flop is 3 high. That's good for Brad and Champ. Champ with a gut shot straight flush draw. 5 of diamonds gives him a straight flush. And action is going to check around one time. Queen on the turn helps nobody. Does put a little bit of a scare card out there. Gives Banks Martin the ability to bluff the queen. But Craig is going to lead out here with his equity.
Yeah, gut shot.
Got the
Flush
gut
draw.
shot, flush draw.
And a straight flush draw.
And he's just going to end up taking this pot down. Big boy bet ends up taking that $100 pot.
And you heard the people out there calling him a chip bully. He's got a lot of chips, and he's not afraid to use them.
You know, that's the one person at the table that's scariest to have that kind of a chip stack, because he's going to be able to be really aggressive, and he plays so many hands that you can't ever put him on a premium. Sometimes you just have to call him down and see the bad news.
That's right.
Thank you, Craig. Good job. I appreciate you.
Tristan in the chat, how is it going? Hopefully we'll see you again here at the River League sometime soon.
Awesome. Makes us feel good. I know it's for everybody else too.
Shout out Kiefer.
It's why Corey doesn't win, because he's on negative reinforcement.
He so is too.
How do you sleep at night?
Going into this next hand, Craig wakes up with Queen 8 suited.
Players only.
Thank you. Ron Franklin. He's gonna make it 15.
Being the chip bully, got all those chips, put them to work, raise it to 15. Martin with the cooler hand this time has King 8. Henry with a big hand. Ace Jack just flats it in the cutoff.
Haven't heard anything from Henry in a while. I thought maybe we'd see a raise from him there, but just coming along,
And-
trying to keep.
Martine getting recoolered here. Brad has king 10 over Martine's king 8. Ends up raising to $66.
He still got 3 chips.
More chips.
Martine makes the correct fold this time. Gets out of there before he gets coolered again.
Oh, no, just me and you.
Henry actually folded his ace jack. Very surprising from Henry. He's playing very tight tonight. He's the guy I would have expected to be up there with Martine and Craig as far as VPIP. And Craig flops another flush draw with his queen high diamonds. Brad's still in the lead right now with king high, but probably not too comfortable with it.
Yeah, and a 6 high board.
Especially when Craig puts in the raise over Brad's big bet. Brad bets 75 and Craig makes it 200 almost immediately, putting all the pressure back on Brad. And I just don't see how Brad can call here,
Yeah.
other than the fact that he already has this much money in the pot.
Can't be feeling good with a king 10 holding sitting there.
And out of all the people at the table to raise in that spot, Craig is probably the worst because he can have that stuff. He can very easily have, he could have a set here, he could have a pair, an open-ended pair, he could have flopped the straight, all of these kinds of things. And Brad just puts the money in, and we're going to see what happens. Queen and a 10 roll off, and Craig is going to win this with a pair of queens, unfortunately for Brad.
Oh, my gosh, who would have thought it?
Who would have thunk it?
Who would have thunk it?
Craig now with almost $3,000 in his stack, having another really good day on stream. Kelly in chat says Craig most likely to have a deuce. Very, very, very good.
Craig most likely to have a deuce 3, 4, 5, or 6 of anybody here at the table.
And just to show the rich getting richer, Craig now up $1,700, where Martine is down $1,700, unfortunately. Farron's also up $1,200.
And Brad, who was our biggest winner of last Thursday's stream, one of our biggest losers today. It just goes to show that poker's a game that can waver. You can have a good week one week, you can have a bad week the next.
You gotta remember, he was in for over 100 on a 5-6 earlier. So.
What's an 8 of diamonds?
Let's say if you put on one of these two
Oh, I
pieces,
don't.
Moving on to the next hand, Dorian with Jack 4 of hearts. A little busy watching the Bills game to fold his hand.
Yeah, score update from the Bills games for the all that aren't watching. Bills up 9-3.
That's good for me.
Was it real low?
I was expecting this game to go under. Like I said earlier, the Texans have the best scoring defense right now, only allowing 17 points a game.
14% or something like that?
Farron with the pocket jacks gonna 3-bet this pot up to $50. Brad with pocket fours.
Brad in a bad spot here with pocket fours.
Still in the process of getting chips delivered to him at the table. He's gonna make the call. Craig gonna come along with ace 5.
Run. Oh, man. Take one for the team, buddy.
get those 2 extra yards.
That's 2 extra yards for me. Yeah.
Banks calling with Jack 10 suited. Love to see it. Just maybe not in this exact spot.
His jacks dominated, his spades are dominated. Unless you flop some sort of straight draw.
Oh, this could be very bad for Banks. Flops the pair with the flush draw, his flush draw being completely dominated. Farron in the worst spot right now with pocket jacks, knowing they're real good, but Farron is actually tight enough to be able to get away from it if the action gets out of hand. Craig betting out with top pair, knowing he's probably got the best hand right now.
You know, I think we give Craig a bad rap. He has bet out so many times today with the best hand, not even knowing that he's had the best hand. But he believes it in his heart, and he's putting the money in the middle.
Henry raising to 125 here with the queen high flush draw. The only flush draw that's beat by only one hand. Kelly asks, is Henry up? Yes, Henry is actually up. Before this hand started, he was up about $300. And it's possible he ends up being up a lot more after this hand.
We've seen Henry play.
5 comes out, gives Craig 2 pair. Could be hard to beat that. Henry and Banks sharing outs right now, trying to hit a spade. Banks in a very precarious spot right now with the pair and flush draw. His 2-pair is no longer going to be any good. He's looking for a 10 and a 10 only to actually be able to win this hand.
And with Henry raising after him on the last card that came out, definitely tough to be in the middle of those two players.
And we'll see what rolls off on this river. Big pot burn. And the river is another 5. Gives Craig a full house and the wheel spin once he takes his hand down. Not going to go anywhere after that. Banks most likely going to be able to get out of this hand. And Henry, of course, has a busted spade draw. Craig bets out 375.
And this pot is bloated already up to $1,000 before we even got to Craig's 375 there. So lots of money in the middle. Banks here with just a pair of 10s.
Probably thinking in his head right now, is Craig ever bluffing here with just king high spades?
He's got the chips to pay him off. And he is going to call.
And he is going to call, and Craig's going to show him the bad news.
Nice hand, Craig.
There are hands that Craig can show up there. He could show up with any 10 there, in which case they chop. He could be bluffing king high spades, in which case Banks wins. He could also be betting a 9, and Banks could be winning the hand. Like I said earlier, that's the problem with the way Craig plays, is you just can never actually really put him on a hand because he'll bet everything.
Yep. It's hard to know what he has, but when he has it.
And going back to our winnings, Craig now up almost $3,000. Only 3 players up in chips right now. Henry goes from over or almost $300 up last hand to down $20 this hand.
And Henry, who's been patient today, I'm sure he's kicking himself right now for, I think he bloated the pot a little bit with just a queen high flush draw on the flop, maybe trying to get people to fold out some of their holdings, but not picking up that spade there definitely hurts the stack a bit.
I know it's hard winning every pot.
There's a straddle.
Straddle for 5.
He just wins every damn pot.
Bank straddle to 5. Mitch is going to call with king 6 of diamonds. Martin just going to put the money in. He's only got $98. He's going to put the money in with king queen offsuit and hope that a board runs out correct for him just one time tonight.
Looks like Henry and Ton are both going to quickly fold.
Farron thinking about it with the pocket 3s.
And, you know, we've seen Farron with 2 pocket pairs today. He hasn't missed one of them when it comes out on the board. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see
Make the call.
the heater continue.
Craig thinking about it with 7-5 offsuit. With almost $4,000 in his stack, he can make any call that he wants to at this point, but decides to let it go.
He said, you know what? I want to go spin my wheel. Y'all can have this one.
1,000, Craig. Don't do it. Get it. Take all the money away.
Sergio, also with a decent sized chip stack, almost $600, can make the call
I love 6-3.
with
Nice.
8-4. Just looking to hit an ace at this point. Farron's just looking for everybody to miss with his pair of 3s or to hit yet another set.
It's Martin all in. We got side action still between Sergio and Farron.
And if the 3 comes, this could get ugly with Sergio's potential wheel draws.
Winner.
Money in the bank.
Money in the bank.
Money in the bank. Sonny, what you trying to cash it?
Hit it. Oh, we hit the 1,000, Craig?
No, whatever.
Well,
All Butterfingers.
Craig winning an hour of time on the wheel spin. Free $12 for him. Flop comes queen high. That's good for Martin. He flops top pair.
It's not that long.
Turn is a 10. Helps Sergio, gives him the spade draw to go with a gut shot. Waiting to see what the river card is. Everybody's flipped their hands up. River card being the 8 of clubs. Martin's going to finally scoop a pot when he is all in.
It's good to see that from Martin. You know, he's been running into it today, hasn't been running very well, but it's good to see him finally win a pot there.
No. Put it over there.
And looks like we got a little bit longer. Nope. Mike is going to come in, changing out dealers.
Shout out to Drayton, Mike, and Marco, our 3 dealers in the box today, doing an incredible job keeping the action going in this crazy game that we've seen so far.
He ain't gonna lose again. He ain't gonna lose again. He's gonna
You
do
don't find it.
good.
You gotta watch.
He's catching
Get
everything.
wonderful looks. Is that all you're doing?
Score update from Houston.
One hand, I got
The Texans score a touchdown. Looks like Christian Kirk catches a touchdown from Davis Mills. So
We love to see it.
upset alert in Houston. The Texans leading the Buffalo Bills 10-9.
Looking like my bet's going to hit.
You have the under, correct?
I actually teased it. I saw it before the game. I don't remember which sports betting pro it was, but they suggested to tease the game 6 points, give the Texans plus 11.5, and take the under at 50.5.
I
With the
love it.
Texans defense being really stingy, did not think the Bills were going to be scoring 30 or 40 points like they have been the
Yeah,
last week.
Josh Allen obviously coming off his 6th touchdown performance last week.
Dorian raising it to 10 with ace queen off suit, and everybody, almost everybody calling. I think the only person who folded was Craig, and
Who's
that's
not at
because he
the
was
table.
away from the table. We're going 8 ways to this flop. Flop is king high, and Brad actually flops 2 pair with his king 6.
What do you need?
We got 2 players flopping a gut shot. Obviously, Sergio with the top end of it, Ton with the bottom end of it.
Waiting for the cameras to catch up. Brad bets $25. Sergio with a gut shot. If he hits a 5, he's got his straight.
Disregard the technical issues. We're back to the action here.
Hopefully we can get these cleaned up before the next stream.
So Brad with a
And
split
we're
pair
going,
here
we're
ahead.
still 5 ways to the turn, and Brad turns a full house. 6 is full of kings, gets the check mark. Zach says, get me on the live stream. It'd be great content. Yeah, feel free to talk to Mark Hamilton. He is the one that is setting up the players for these live streams.
And
Brad bets out $50. Banks is going to call. Banks, unfortunately, getting coolered right now with trip 6s. And Farron with another king is going to call with top pair. River is innocuous 2 of spades, helps nobody.
just going to check
See-
around to Brad. Let's see if he's going to go for value or just check it and get his wheel spin.
Take 9-3 at halftime.
Nope, he's going to put all of his money in the middle. $165, about half pot.
And unfortunately, I don't think Banks is going to be able to get out of this hand with his trip 6s.
What's the over?
He might be able to, thinking that Brad has a bigger trip 6s, though. Even 6-7 beats him right now. Instead, Banks shoves back over the top, trying to get this heads up with his trip 6s. Farron never calling in a million years in this spot with just top pair.
A jam and a jam. That's got to be scary for Farron. Definitely cannot be a fan of that one.
Paired board, the straight is out there. 3-5 makes a straight.
Looks like Farron's asking for a count here. Might be thinking about.
Might be thinking about calling with top pair. His kicker is playing, but with this kind of action, yeah, Farron's going to make the fold here. And Brad is going to show Banks the bad news. He gets coolered here with trip 6s.
So Brad gonna profit $588 here. Looks like it's gonna cut down some of his loss that he has on the night.
Wheel spin for Brad.
And we've seen a couple wheel spins here tonight. Haven't seen aces crack our other promotion here at the River League.
Let's take a quick look at the chip count real quick. Craig with over 45% of all the chips in play. Mitch with 1% of the chips in play, just over $100. Farron, despite having almost 1,500 in his stack, less than 20% of the chips in play. Craig just dominating this stream table right now. Hitting the 5 earlier and holding with it really helped his chip stack out.
Yep, and you can see Craig stack there in the 4 seat. He's starting to build a tower over here. Lots of chips in front of him. You know, we had our Big O game on Monday or Tuesday, and the first 4 hands of the night, it was all in, all in, all in, all in. And Andy, one of our Big O players here at the River League, scooped all 4 of them, making either nut or the nut flush or a boat. And he had a stack of chips that I don't think I've ever seen before here at the River League. They were almost taller than him sitting down at his seat. Henry going to raise up king queen offsuit here to $30. Ton with the pocket pair going to put in the call.
Farron, unfortunately for Ton, folds one of his sixes. Craig, obviously going to call here with 3-4 suited. Sergio also making the call with 8-4 suited. And with Martine calling behind, we're going to go 5 ways to this flop. Henry in the best shape right now with king high, everybody else with low cards. Board comes out queen high, which is good for Henry. Flops top pair. Champ flops middle pair, pair of threes. Ton with a middle pair, pair of sixes. And Martine flops bottom pair. Sergio, the only one that doesn't really have anything in this hand.
That's one of the better spins.
Ton, a non-believer, with his pair of sixes.
Get it back in cash.
Going to put in the call.
Refund.
Not a really surprising call from Ton. Can't fold to a single bet here. Craig obviously not going to go anywhere with middle pair and backdoor straight draws.
And backdoor clubs working for him as well.
Could also just hit 2 pair on the turn. Sometimes you just hit it. And he turns the club draw, but Ton turns a set of sixes to beat Henry's top pair. Henry now dead in the hand. Can't hit anything to win. Craig, though, has a gut shot straight flush draw. And despite Ton going all in, I don't know if Craig can go anywhere.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to see him go anywhere.
Not with that many chips in his stack. Almost 4,000 in his stack, and Ton's only jamming for 500. I've definitely seen Craig make calls for more money.
And Henry drawing stone dead here with top pair and a decent kicker. I don't know what he's going to be thinking after he sees an all-in and a call from Craig.
I think you can only think one thing, especially when you lead out and then Ton jams behind you. The only thing I would be thinking is, I'm never good with anything here.
Yep, that's what I'd be thinking as well.
Especially when Henry is holding the queen of clubs. So it's not possible for Ton to just have pair and a flush draw.
We saw Farron fold ace-6 earlier in this hand, so Ton hitting that K6, a lucky turn card. Henry going to let this one go.
And we've got 6 outs going to the river. 2 of the 5 got folded. And the river is an 8, and Ton is actually going to scoop this pot with a set of 6s. Big set right there. Very good turn card for Ton.
And Craig, who we haven't really seen lose any of the all-ins tonight, going to take his first big hit. Doubling up Ton.
It's nice to be able to take your first big hit of the night and still be up $2,000, though. Speaking of that, we'll take a look at how much everybody has up so far. Ton ends up overtaking Farron for second place. Unfortunately, it's still only the 3 of them that have made money in this game so far, to the detriment of Martine for the most part, just not been able to make a comeback. Craig's still up over $2,000. Farron and Ton up about 1,000 each.
And we see that left side of the table, that 1, 2, and 4 seat, maybe weighing the table down a little bit with all the chips that they got over there.
Look at the VPIP. We got Craig and Martine both at 77% on completely opposite ends of the winning spectrum right now. Craig playing 77% of hands and winning. Martine playing 77% of hands and losing, unfortunately for him. Going to the next hand, Henry wakes up with 6-4, just decides to fold it. It still surprises me that Henry actually has the lowest VPIP at the table right now, 20%. I would have expected him to be up there with Banks and Dorian as far as VPIP. Craig going to make the call here for $5 with 10-8 offsuit. Sergio going to raise his king-queen offsuit. Martine just trying to make something work right now. Going to call with 5 deuce offsuit.
The dealer provides you chips.
And we're going to be going 3 ways to a flop right now.
three ways with the three people that we've seen play the most hands tonight.
Can't just leave your spot.
We're going to see Craig lead on this board, mystery board that we haven't seen yet.
They got penalty. They got penalty.
Yeah,
Oh,
the guy,
illegal,
like,
illegal contact.
hugged him.
Oh, it's gonna be a
Sergio
trickery.
going to make a call here.
Trickery.
Oh, no, it's not a trickery. He's just
Board comes
not a
out.
trickery.
Ace 10 8.
It was supposed to.
Champ flops 2 pair. The winner keeps winning.
Oh.
Martin just going to get out of this hand. Sergio looking for a jack. Not going to find it on the turn.
Three was his, but he hasn't got the chips for you.
And Sergio with only $300. It is possible that he gets stacked here. Craig going to lead out. Don't know if Sergio's going to be able to call with just a gut shot for that much.
We saw 2 of the jacks were folded pre-flop, so just 2 left.
Craig is going to take down his $400 pot, winning himself a little over $100.
We need stop here.
That 10-8, one of my favorite hands as well. My birthday, October 8. So that's my birthday hand. I love playing the little 10-8 there. Craig flopping 2 pair with it.
Texans are gonna win.
Get the ball back.
Sack. That's why it's good. That's why for the challenge. I thought it was the first. I'll let you laugh at Texans win for now. I want 6. You want 6?
And the action continues here at the River League.
I'll give you 6 if they don't get
Thank you to everybody who's tuning in tonight. We're excited to have you and excited to have these streams rolling weekly on Thursdays. I was talking with Reese yesterday about different ideas that we could make for the stream in the future. I know we have our 1-3 game that's been going the past couple weeks, but finding different variants of games, maybe have a PLO game, a Big O game on the stream would be fun and entertaining for the viewers to watch.
Marks is short.
And
Really that tall? Good.
Champ is going to raise with Jack 9 offsuit. In late position. Going to get a bunch of callers. We're going 6 ways to a flop. Dorian with pocket 8s, currently with the best hand, but
Everybody's been talking, but everybody knows.
not likely to stay that way on the flop. Flop is ace high. Sergio flops a flush draw. Dorian still has the best hand right now with pocket 8s.
Martin also flopping the same flush draw, just kind of running into
We're in
it
the
again.
we're in the same spot that Banks and Henry were in earlier. Martin has the pair and the flush draw, but somebody else has the bigger flush draw.
That's the card.
2 comes out, doesn't really help anybody.
Martin with a pair and a flush draw, just going to put all of his money in the middle.
Gonna try, hopefully, to get Sergio out of the hand, although I don't think that that's gonna work.
How did we Marks not score?
He does have the pair though, so Sergio would have to hit a queen or a club in order to beat him. Ends up folding. Surprising.
The
And Martin-
$215 bet is just going to allow him to buy this pot.
Rabbit hunting, ace of hearts on the river would have helped nobody. Martin would have ended up winning that hand if anybody had called,
Besides Dorian's pair of 8s, of course.
besides Dorian's pair of 8s.
They're lighting on fire. We'd love to see it. We just need a field goal here.
I need Coach
A turnover would be amazing.
What are you rooting for? Under? Like,
Under. They gave it to Nick Chubb.
what do we need, brother?
We have just around 30 minutes left in the stream. I appreciate everybody for being here. Appreciate everybody who's been chatting. It looks like between Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch, we have almost 25 viewers right now. Appreciate every one of you. And for the first time tonight, somebody picks up pocket aces, Ton under the gun.
Probably the worst spot to pick up pocket aces, don't you think, Chris?
There's no way that was right.
Hey, come here.
There is no way that was right.
If Ton just open laid down pocket aces, then something might be wrong here on
Something
our
might
end.
be wrong.
So the excitement of pocket aces quickly goes away, which I think is a mistake maybe from our end.
Bang. Raises pocket 7s.
Anybody else wants to give me money?
Gonna get a couple quick callers.
You know, you never know. Maybe Ton just sitting there thinking maybe we need to lay these down for balance.
Win about 7.
And looks like we're going to be sweating Farron's hand.
Biting the third one again.
Flop is ace high.
Banks,
Pitch with ace 9.
Banks flopping a set of 7s, though.
Banks betting small, just trying to see what happens with the action. Going to get a quick call from Mitch with top pair. Farron also going to call. If I had to take a guess, Farron does have an ace under there. We're going 3 ways to the turn. Banks likely going to put a lot of pressure on this turn card if it's not a diamond. Queen of clubs. Not really a scare card for a set of 7s there.
70.
He does put out the bigger bet, $70. Puts Mitch in a bad spot.
I got one more rebuy in.
He says, I've got one more rebuy in me. Puts in the extra $15 to go all in.
And Farron looks like he has a decision here, too. Obviously, with that mystery hand, we don't know what's going on. He's going to put in a raise.
Big boy
$200.
raise.
Oh,
Actually ends up raising it to $300. This is a very weird position for Banks to be in, but this is just a spot where you have to lose your money, unfortunately, because the only 2 hands that Farron would have that beat him are aces and queens, and he did not raise pre, so you just can't put him on that. He could have ace queen here, and you're just
I
coolering
was
him.
trying to remember if I raised or he raised.
I didn't raise.
James Coward in the chat says, just now finding you guys, where is this played? This is the River League in San Angelo, Texas.
we appreciate you tuning in, James.
You raised three diamonds?
Yeah,
I'm
I was
definitely-
trying to remember.
And
Do I
No,
know?
I
don't know if
didn't
we'll
raise.
be able to see what Farron has quite yet, but
Twice.
we are all in. Banks asks if anybody wants to run it twice.
Not even.
Twice won't help you.
No.
437 on the side. We're just gonna leave it plenty off right now.
No, then help us to get them both.
Count it
How
out.
much more though?
437.
And I think I heard somebody say maybe Farron's on a diamond draw.
Y'all said 2 times.
That could be possible. He could have ace X of diamonds, looking to just hit a flush. That would make a lot of sense.
We're going to go to 2 runouts of this river.
First board, king of clubs, set of 7s is going to be good, and the king of spades, no flushes get there. And pretty sure Banks is just going to scoop this pot. Farron does, in fact, have ace queen. Just a cooler turn for Farron.
Yep, so I think it's safe to assume that
Should've
Tom's
raised
pocket aces were, in fact,
Well, you would've
not a
scared me
real
lot
hand.
more if you had. I mean, I'd still call instead
He
of,
still called for 7 going.
but
Yeah,
I
I
would've
would've
been-
been call. Why,
yeah.
why you doing all that thinking?
I was trying to decide if I thought you could have queens or aces.
Good hand.
Baron.
Yeah, when he didn't bet, I didn't think he had anything. I ain't bet. I'm like, oh.
No, when better than that, I know he had eight queens. Or when he was raised that eight queens.
That's what I thought too, yeah. I thought he could have queens maybe. Double check.
Thank you for the heads up, James. Said it's a little hard to hear you guys. This is a learning process for all of us. This is our just 3rd cast stream that we've had here at the River League. So lots of learning curves that are coming with that whole process. We're happy to hear feedback from all of you guys in the comments. Letting us know how the stream looks, how it sounds, and what you think of what's going on here. So we appreciate all the feedback coming from you guys as well.
Do it right. Tom hit that card, didn't he?
Yeah.
Interception, big 6.
And with that last hand, Farron taking a big punch to his stack. We see him still in Profitville of $310, but Banks making his way up to the profit as well, $282 in the green. Obviously, Craig and Ton are 2 big winners of the day so far.
Farron flatting with ace 10 offsuit. Looked like Sergio raised and got a bunch of folds behind.
At least. Yeah.
No, Sergio might have just flatted with the queen 9.
Does anybody else need a water?
I'll take one, please.
And it's looking like we're going to go 5 ways to a flop.
Martin
Limp pot.
looks like he's had enough of raising with the king 4 tonight. Just going to see a flop with it. Just gonna
Flop
see a
is
flop.
Jack 10-5. Sergio flops open-ended. Farron flops middle pair. Ton actually flops 2 pair right now with Jack 5 offsuit. Farron going to lead out for $5 whole dollars.
And, you know, I think we haven't seen Ton play many hands tonight, but the hands that he's been connecting with are the ones that aren't the best, to be honest. We saw him win a nice pot earlier with 7-5 offsuit, this time with Jack 5 offsuit. Sergio with an open-ended straight draw, looking for a king or an 8.
Ace comes out, gives Farron a better 2 pair. Cooler scenario for Ton right now. 2 pair versus 2 pair. Sergio still able to win this hand with the open-ended draw.
Lots of exciting rivers here at the River League. $30 is the price to go, and everybody's going to call. We're going to see an inconsequential 3 of clubs on the river.
And it looks like we might just check through unless Sergio feels like getting froggy here. And Sergio checks, which means Farron is going to take down this $160 pot.
And Farron's 2 pair going to be good here. He's going to win a nice little pot of $165.
Everybody call $3 on the flop.
Love that they can't score. What was it? Was it blocking the back?
We want to give you guys a reminder of our tournament series that's going on Sundays right now here at the River League, the Rivers League. It is a series that we've had going on for a while now. Every Sunday at 2 o'clock, $50 entry gets you a starting stack of 20,000 chips and 1 single re-entry if you do end up busting out that first buy-in for another $50. Every time you enter, it accumulates chips to day 2, which is on December 7th. And the prize pool is growing and growing for that tournament. People are really excited to get to that day 2.
What is that? Oh.
Come back to the action. Martin wakes up with King 4 suited yet again. Going to play it. Ton has Ace 3 suited in the small blind, going to come along.
Does your friend have a name?
Don't talk to strangers.
And we're going to be going 5 ways to this flop.
That is true. Don't do that.
Ton right now with the best hand with Ace High.
Let them bid.
Board comes out 3-9-8 with 2 hearts. Martin flopping a king high flush draw. Brad with top pair of 9s. Ton with bottom pair of 3s along with Mitch. Brad is going to bet out his top pair for $45. Get a call from Martin with the flush draw, drawing to 7 outs. King would not be good for Martin right now. Queen on the turn helps nobody.
Let's see if Brad slows down with just his pair of 9s. Doesn't look like it. He's going to bet $80.
Hey, happy birthday, man. I'll talk to you.
7 of diamonds on the river is not going to get Martin what he needs, and Brad is going to get the check mark for this hand.
Brad not scared of this straight connected board. He's going to lead out again for 75. Martin just going to let this one go.
It's been an unfortunate night for Martin all around. Has not been able to get anything going. Hasn't been able to hit his draws when he needs them. Hasn't been able to hold up when his cards are already ahead. It's just been a bad night. We are going on to hand number 45 of the live stream.
hand 45 this week. I think we got close to 60 hands last week throughout our live stream. So as we get close to ending,
Oh, I love these cards. I know what's gonna happen.
we are back to the action.
Folding around all the way to Ton. Ton waking up with 6-7 suited on the button. Not a bad hand to have. $20 to call.
There's a chip in the way. He ain't got room.
That's right.
If they want to know what Craig
Maybe
has,
a
just look on the flop. It's going to be the
We're
first
going to be sweating Craig's hand right now.
Could be first, third though too.
Sergio waking up with 9-4 of diamonds. Gonna flat here. Banks wakes up with a big hand. Ace Jack offsuit. Going to make the raise. $120.
I think we go score.
hold him to a field goal. No. Just kneel it out. Under.
Halfway there.
22.
Little score update from Thursday Night Football. Chris, not looking too good for your under.
Not ended yet.
Texans 20, Bills 16. 36 points scored at the half. And the Texans, an offense who we haven't seen really score many points this year, putting up 20 at the half. Craig with his mystery hand, going to come along for the ride. $120. Looks like they're going to play it heads up. Banks and Craig. This could get exciting. As we go off to a flop.
Flop comes out. Queen high. Banks doesn't flop anything.
Flop's just going to go check, check here.
Turn. The 8 of hearts still doesn't help him. Floating along right now with just ace high. Craig's going to lead out. And this is one of those spots. Again, Craig could have anything or he could have nothing here.
Banks with his ace high wants to see another card.
River is the ace. This is going to put Banks in a weird spot.
Barry Greenstein.
With Craig
ace of
checking.
Space.
Bye-bye.
Real good.
Banks going to lead out. Looks like for $150 here. More than that,
25.
actually. $225.
Yep.
We'll see what Craig does. Ace on the river.
Turn my head for one moment. It's done.
You know, Banks has been hitting those rivers today.
And Craig looking like
Gonna
he's
put
going
in
to
the
call
call.
him. Banks going to flip over his hand. Craig says on the river. Sounds like Craig Craig had a queen.
You know, this place is called the River League for a reason. Hitting those river cards can break people's hearts.
Don, that was really bad for our under bet.
Banks now up almost $800 right now. Craig still up almost $2,000 despite losing that big hand just now.
Do you have a flush draw on the turn?
Sort of. Sort of. That ace of diamonds.
You still had a runner. There wasn't a runner left.
Going
Go off to hand number 47.
Gotta look at it right. Oh.
Mitch gonna come along here with 3 deuce suited.
Looks like we got the double straddle on here. So it's going to be $10 to go.
Got a bunch of suited hands coming along. 7-6, King 8. Baron with pocket 5s. Craig is going to raise to $50 with 10-9 offsuit in the big blind, and Sergio is going to make the big raise. No, I thought he put more chips in.
It looked like
It
he was
definitely
going
looked
all
like a
in,
raise
but
there.
He's definitely just calling here.
Not sure if I like that move with ace queen
29.
offsuit here going into 8 players. If there was ever a time for our team to jam to try and get a big pot, this would probably be it. And he does bite the bullet and puts the rest of his money in, little over $200. Just wanting to flip with whoever decides to call him.
Looks like action's going to fold around back to Craig, who is the pre-flop aggressor.
Craig going to snap him off. Sergio going to go all in for slightly less. And I can't see Banks or Mitch calling.
Yeah, I heard the same thing you did, but
Banks could make the call. They actually both could make the call just because of the chip stacks. Banks going to gamble one time. And we'll see if Mitch calls just because he doesn't have that much left in his stack.
We had the hand earlier where there was 7 people in the hand with 2 of them all in. Looks like we kind of got the same thing going on here. Mitch with the clean diaper. He said not this time.
Smart call by him. Martin had his clubs dominated. He would have been looking to have an extremely small board on the flop.
270. Would you have 170? Yeah.
And this could be the hand that gets Martin almost back to even. Wouldn't get him quite back to even, but it would get him a significant amount of the way there.
So it looks like we got a pretty good sized main pot with a decent sized side pot as well. We got
All in. Actually,
Sergio all in the main pot. We got Martin all in the side pot, and still action between Craig and Banks.
no, you're all right. I forgot. Yeah, me too. Had to remind me. Oh,
We go off to a flop.
Flop is ace, ace, 3. Gives Sergio trips.
Craig gonna lead out into this dry side pot between him and Banks.
Banks just going to give it up immediately. Doesn't have anything. And Craig is ahead for the tiny $20 side pot, but Sergio, I don't think, is going to ever lose this hand with flopping trip aces. 4 on the turn, 7 on the river helps nobody.
ace queen.
And ace queen is going to take that big
Diamond.
$960 main pot.
Martin gonna take a decent little side pot.
Martin is going to river the 7 to give him the side pot, so at least he doesn't walk away empty-handed, but just another case of not being able to hit a board.
I didn't even talk to you though.
Thank you, sir.
Sergio, who is one of our bigger losers in the night, making his way to a comeback down just $15 now after the quadruple up right there, nearly. And we take a look at what everybody's up and down on the night.
Got 20 minutes to make your money.
Imagine if he's left.
There's table spin going on. I'm about 300. And we're not playing here.
You heard them talking. Even after the stream ends, there's still poker to be played. We're open here tonight on a Thursday till 2 in the morning, and those wheels are spinning. People are playing some poker, so if you want to come on down to the River League, we are off Sherwood Way. Come and check us out, play some poker. Mitch with the pocket 3 is going to limp in here.
Ton with the Martin hands, going to come in, see if he can win with it. Craig raises to $26 with King 3 offsuit.
Well, plenty of time to score. Down tied up. Timeout.
And Dorian verbal call with King 10 offsuit. We're going to be going 6 ways to this flop. Craig, unfortunately, very, very dominated right now. Can't even hit a 3. Flop jack high gives Banks top pair, and currently the winning hand. Craig and Mitch with goose eggs.
And, you know, since being in the broadcast booth, that's been one of the things that's been super interesting to me, is being able to see the equities of people's hands back here. Like Mitch, the only one with a pocket pair there pre-flop, just 6% to win the hand. So it's definitely been interesting to see how people's hands face up against each other pre-flop. Banks with the best of it with Jack. A pair of jacks right now. Craig with his king high.
And
Heads up.
Banks actually has the check mark right now. All of the kings must be gone.
Picks up more outs even though he doesn't need them.
I don't know if Craig's actually going to be able to make this call with just king high. He ends up folding.
And Banks, who might have had a little bit of a rough start early or a quiet start early, is one of our biggest winners now. Taking down pot after pot. The past half hour with Mike in the box.
He's been dragging a significant amount of Craig's chips. Craig was up over $2,000 earlier, and now he's only up about $1,500. Banks is up $700 right now.
And let's not dismiss a $1,500 win. Every time that you come to the poker table and you're up over $1,000, I'm sure you're very happy with where you're at.
Oh yeah, never gonna be upset about winning $1,000.
Never going to be upset about profiting at the poker table. It's a hard game to win at. So anytime that you're able to play and you end up in the green is always a good day.
Gonna get some limps over to Farron. Farron actually going to raise here with Queen Jack offsuit. Brad snap calls with also Queen Jack offsuit.
Yeah, that was closer.
Dorian going to flat that with Queen 5 offsuit. And we're going 5 ways to a flop.
With a lot of middling hands here. Let's see who flops best.
Flop is ace high. Doesn't really help anybody.
Craig picking up a gut shot to the wheel with a 2. And Farron with his image that he's shown today.
Just
He hasn't
gonna
been
lead
playing-
out.
He hasn't been playing very many hands, but when he has been playing the hand, he's usually had it. So his $30 bet definitely triggering some alarm bells for other players here.
Craig not able to throw away the gut shot. Gonna try and hit his 2 on the turn.
There's the
And
10.
instead, Farron and Brad are going to end up chopping this pot with Broadway. No other way for the hand to end.
We were looking at Craig's gut shot, didn't even think about Farron and Brad's gut shot that they had. Both turning the nuts.
And we'll see how they level each other and see what happens. Craig is going to follow along.
I think we're just going to find out here how much money of Craig's that they get to chop up.
And the river is the king of diamonds. Puts the flush out there and pairs the board. Farron not slowing down at all. Brad obviously just going to snap him off.
And Craig with his 5 high here.
Gonna think about it.
Somebody cue the Jeopardy music. He'll lay it down.
He'll lay it down, and we're gonna have a chopped pot. Both players are gonna win about $80.
I did. I got it down. He said it. I got it down. We both lucked out. Hey, we were lucky in that shit. Craig could be sitting over her diamonds and no telling what. I thought it was that king. I thought the king got it, man. Yeah, or a boat. Yeah,
A couple more hands left to go before the end of the night here at the River League. Then the only thing left tonight will be football, I guess.
Yeah, that's right. Going and watching the rest of the Bills Texans game and playing some poker. We have 2 1-3 games still rolling here at the River League.
That means that our wheel is still active for anybody out there that hasn't come up here yet. We've got 2 tables running. We got plenty of players in the building, and you can see all the money that we have on the tables right now. There is plenty of action up here and plenty of wheels to spin to win some good prizes. Maybe somebody will win the $1,000 tonight.
And if you've never been to a River League, I always suggest a good night for people to come. Mondays and Wednesdays are our free roll tournaments that we have. Monday is just a no limit hold'em game like you're watching right now with bomb pots on every level change, and Wednesdays is our crazy pineapple free roll. That is every Wednesday night, and that's where you get dealt 3 cards, and after the flop, you discard one of them. Definitely lots of action in that game. Craig raising up pocket nines after a raise from Martine.
To $115, and Banks wakes up with a good hand, ace queen off suit. Not sure what Martine's going to be able to do here. Feel like he's either all in or he's folding with the jack 10. He decides to put the money in, knowing that nobody else is going to be able to raise, and he's going to be able to see this flop multi-way with a good multi-way hand.
I wonder if Craig or Banks are going to fold here for the extra $8 that Martine put in the middle.
I don't know. It's kind of scary. I have seen players fold for less. I like to tell everybody about the time I was playing with a player that used to play. He still comes every now and then, but his name is John Alden. And he was bluffing and got to the river, put in a big bluff on the river, bluffed everything except for, I think it was $5 of his chips. And the other player raised him, and he actually ended up folding because it was a straight bluff. So I have seen players fold for less money.
Yeah, I played a pot against Postman Bill, and he check raised me when I have the nut boat on the turn, and I go all in for about $50 more. And his $700 raise, $50 more, was just not worth it to him. So it's definitely not crazy to see, but it happens. Banks flopping top 2 pair here. Craig's nines no longer good. Martine picking up a gut shot. A king would give him the check mark. And Craig's going to bet $200 into Banks' top 2 pair.
This could be a nightmare scenario for Craig.
Obviously,
Looking for only a 9.
All this money going into the side pot.
The turn is a 10. Doesn't help anybody. Does give Martine a couple more outs. He could hit another 10. 7 on the river helps nobody. Banks has got the check mark and is just going to end up checking this down. Not entirely sure where Craig's at. And Banks is going to scoop this big $800 pot. That's another decent-sized hit to Craig's stack. He was at almost $4,000 at one point.
And we see Craig's stack dwindling and Banks' stack growing. Those two have been playing lots of heads-up pots tonight. Banks
actually has overtaken Craig as the big winner of the night following that hand. Banks up a little over $1,200. Craig up a little over $1,100. Ton up almost $1,000. And Barron's a little down from where he was earlier, but he's still up $500. Martine, unfortunately, down $2,000 on the day.
Yeah, and I think with that last hand, I think he's just going to call it quits for the night.
Probably not a bad idea.
Yeah, not a bad idea. A tough run for him tonight, but I'm sure we'll see him back on here in future streams.
We are on hand number 51. Couple more days or a couple more hands left before the night is over. James asks, what days should I tune in? We are currently streaming every single Thursday at 6 p.m. Central, and we are trying to stream every Saturday. I don't believe we're going to be streaming this week. I think our next Saturday stream is going to be the tag team tournament that we have on December 6th.
Yep.
But we will be streaming cash games every Thursday. For now, it's just 1-3, but hopefully at some point we'll be able to switch that up and maybe run some Omaha games on Thursdays as well.
Yeah, I would love to see the people that we have play in our Tuesday Big O game have a live stream here on the River Live one of these nights. Lots of action in that game. Lots of exciting players that you don't see play Hold'em too often. So I think that'd be cool to see here on the River League as well.
Got a little bit of a hand brewing. Craig, with pocket fives in the hijack, raises to $25. Going to get 4 callers. We're going 5 ways to the flop. Board is 10 high. Not really good for anybody. Craig's pocket fives are still the best hand. Nobody with really anything to draw to. Sergio has 2 overcards. Craig going to bet just under half pot, $50 here. Sergio going to follow along, and I believe everybody else is going to fold here. Unfortunately, just nothing to draw to.
Brad with the queen deuce playing the Juan. Shout out to Juan, one of our regulars.
And the
he would have
queen
turned.
hits.
Would have turned top pair.
And Sergio immediately leads out when the queen comes. Craig going to snap him off.
Non-believer. Needs a 5 and a 5 only on the river. He's not going to get it.
Gets the 6 instead. And Sergio going to win this hand. Trying to get a little more value out of Craig. And Craig's not one to not pay somebody off. Going to call that last $75. James asks, Big O and Bomb Pots. Yes, we run a Big O 5-card high-low Omaha game every Tuesday. I believe it's a 5-5-10 game on Tuesdays. And Bomb Pots for our 1-3 Hold'em games, we're not currently doing it on this live stream, but on a normal table, we run Bomb Pots 4 or 5-card high-only Omaha with 2 boards, where each person can win half the pot per board.
Yep, and we saw it in the live stream last week, and we see it every day here on the tables. Those bomb pots definitely get interesting. A lot of people thinking they got the best hand, betting their hands, and those can get crazy from time to time for sure.
Going to hand number 52. Henry wakes up with Queen 10 off suit. Gonna decide to play it this time.
Henry, we haven't heard much from him tonight. Definitely the lowest VPIP on the table, 17%. He was up big early, nearly $400, but now we see him down about $230. Let's see if he can turn it around with this Queen 10 here. Craig going to make the raise with 8-4 offsuit to $50.
And Dorian going to jam the last $10 of his stack, all in for $60 with Ace-Jack suited. Martine comes back to the table for another $200, and just immediately another cooler scenario. Somebody else has his hand, and somebody else has better clubs than him. It's just been a very, very bad run for him tonight.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Craig with the wild card hand here, 8-4. Nobody else has a pair, so if he hits anything. Flop is Jacks 3-3. Dorian with the best hand right now. Top pair, top kicker.
Yeah, and all in with that hand, you got to be sitting there thinking that you got the best of it.
Looking for an 8 or 4 on the turn for Craig. Doesn't come, but it gives Henry and Martine open-ended on the turn to be able to take this pot away from Dorian. The river's a 7. Doesn't help anybody. Dorian is going to scoop this pot, this $240 pot with top pair. It's just been a very unfortunate run for Martine tonight.
Yeah, you know, sometimes that's how it goes.
Dorian with a little bit of a win there. Still not up for the night, but a win is a win.
A win is a win. Lots of fun and cool promotions going on here at the River League. I don't know exactly what we got planned for the month of December, but I know last year we had our big Christmas promotion last year. Chris, do you know if that's coming back this year?
Unfortunately, I don't know. Our former manager, Bree, was the one that usually ran that, so it's going to be up to Mark Hamilton to decide if he wants to run that again this year. But the last I'd heard from Reese is they were going to try and do Christmas in December again this year.
Christmas in December, always fun. People, I know that if you make a certain hand or you get into a certain drawing that you can win different prizes that we have here at the River League as well.
Craig going to raise with 10-7 off suit in middle position. Going to get every single caller on the table. We're going 9 ways to the flop. Mitch currently with the best hand, ace jack suited.
Last couple hands of the night, I think everybody just wants to be a part of it.
Board runs out. Haven't been able to see it yet. Board comes out. King, deuce, 8. Mitch flops nut flush draw.
Mitch, nut flush draw. Ton and Brad both flopping a pair of kings.
And Sergio has a pair of 8s. Probably not too comfortable with it, though. Mitch, very likely to just get the money in here with only $70 in his stack. Especially when Brad leads out for $80. Mitch is going to call here.
I wonder if Ton is able to make a call or a fold here with his king. His kicker not very good.
Yeah,
Just going to let go of
unfortunately,
that
just
top
going to let
pair.
it go.
So Mitch with 8 outs here, any diamond or an ace can give him the winner.
Craig getting his chips and getting up from the table. Going to be done with the live stream, but he is definitely still going to be on one of the cash tables if you guys want to come try and get some of the money that he just won on the stream. Running it. 6 on the turn, ace on the river, and Mitch is going to win this pot with top pair, pair of aces. Nice river for him.
Yeah, obviously he's sitting there hoping for a diamond, but gets there anyway with his pair of aces on the river.
I believe we're going to finish this round out, so we're going to have 2 more hands on the live stream.
Shout out to Wes Hopper in the chat asking Bryce, why are you so bad at pool? You can meet me at Shenanigans after this. We can play right now, Wes. Anytime, anywhere, buddy. Shout out to Wes, one of our frequents here at the River League as well.
Wes is somebody I would actually like to see on the stream.
Yeah, he's one of those people that you just never. He's a very tight player, first off, but I've seen him do some crazy things in tournaments where he just builds up a chip stack playing. Like, he sees pot odds in a very different way that I've seen a lot of people in a lot of the free rolls, where if everybody's putting in a lot of chips, screw it, I'll put in my chips too. And I've seen him win quite a few of those. But he would definitely, I would love to see a live stream of the Voos versus the Hoppers.
That would be
I
a lot
think
of
that
fun.
would be a very fun stream to commentate and be a part of. Obviously, we have Ton, who's in seat 1. He's Team Voo, and Hopper in seat 3. He's Team Hopper. And I think it'd be interesting to see both of their families, who are always here at the River League playing, square head-to-head.
Interesting action pre-flop. Banks decided to raise it to $40 with King 3 offsuit. Probably just trying to get a little more action in before the end of the night. Flop is 9 high. Mitch is still good with his pocket jacks, but Brad is actually the one to lead out here with bottom pair, 5-4. Mitch going to go ahead and just put the rest of the money in with his pocket jacks, knowing that he's ahead a lot of the time. Farron very likely to just fold the ace 3, and we'll see what Brad does with his bottom pair. Bottom pair and backdoor straight draw. Decided to get a little bit out of line here, and it's kind of biting him in the butt now.
Brad betting $100 and seeing a instant all-in of $220. Definitely not a good feeling with just bottom pair on this board.
Last hand is the next hand.
Next hand, last
I've
hand.
got the.
Next hand is last hand. One more after this.
Yeah, I'm gonna need like 6 racks. Or none. Or none.
Either way, you know, 6 racks.
Just like carrying a rack out there.
220.
Brad deep in the tank here, thinking about what he's going to do with just bottom pair. Obviously, you can see just 25% equity to win this hand. Can hit 1-4 or another 5.
He also has the potential runner straight draw, but I don't know. This is going to be a very hard call for him to make if he tries to make it.
I think if I heard correctly, he called out Mitch's hand perfectly. He said, you must have jacks or better over there.
Yeah, dude, we just got
But I think
It's a
Mitch,
good read.
yeah, Banks was obviously the pre-flop aggressor with the speculative hand, but
And
he's going to gamble.
Hopper decides to put in the call. Flips over the jacks. Brad sees that at least he knows his read was correct. We'll see what happens.
2 times.
Turn gives him the open-ended. That's what he was, one of the cards he was looking for. River's the 8, and he gets there. He gets there with the straight with a 5.
I was
Deciding to
believe
run
they're
it
gonna
twice. 9-9, and Mitch is going to get the other half with jacks. And we're going to chop this pot up.
And Brad deep in the tank with just bottom pair 4s. Had a little bit of hope, though, that the runner was going to come to make him the straight.
A lot of action coming in on these last 2 hands. People getting a bit out of line. But ends up working out for Brad. He ends up chopping that pot. And everybody's getting racks. This is going to be the last hand of the live stream. I want to thank everybody for tuning in between Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. We have a total of 30 viewers right now, which is amazing.
We appreciate you tuning in. We're happy to put on a good show for you all. Looks like Brad's going to put on the straddle to end the last hand of the night. Hopefully it's a good one.
Last hand of the night, Sergio is going to wake up with Jack 10 offsuit. He's going to flat the $5. And this is one of the, because it's the last hand of the stream, this is one of those times that we could just see everybody flat and just run it out and see what happens. Mitch decides not to call with the ace-5 offsuit.
Martine with the Tommy Chapman.
Martine already down about $2,000, going to just jam here and see what happens with the Tommy Chapman suited 9-6.
He said, you know what, I'm down this much. Let's put my last $130 into the middle and see if somebody will call me so I can make a little bit of a comeback.
And unfortunately for him, the only caller is going to be Banks. And again, Martine is just dominated here. King 9 versus 9-6.
He's got those clubs working for him.
Ooh,
Flops,
that is a
open-ended
good
straight
flop.
draw.
Good flop for him. Turn not so good. River. Unfortunately for Martine, he is going to lose this hand to King High. And that is going to be it for the live stream here at the River League tonight, showing the final stacks. Banks with 2.4K. He is actually going to be our big winner of the night with 1.3K up, 50% VPIP, 30% pre-flop raise. It was a good night for him overall.
Yeah, good night for Banks. I think he had a little bit of a shaky start at the beginning, but was able to find his bearings and come out with a decent win on the night.
And guys, that's going to do it from us tonight here at the River League. We appreciate everybody for tuning in. We had over 30 viewers at one point here on the stream tonight.
We appreciate all of you guys tuning in. We're happy to put these shows on for you guys, and we hope you continue to watch here in the future.
All right, just to run through them again really quick, the promotions that we are currently doing here at the River League, we have, of course, our infamous prize wheel when we have at least 2 cash tables going. It doesn't have to be Hold'em only. It can be Hold'em in Omaha, which we have every single Tuesday, and it seems like we're also trying to get that going on Fridays.
Yeah, we've had a couple different days throughout the weekends where people want to get a Big O game rolling. The lists are always up on Poker Atlas. If you go to the app, click on the River League, you can always see the list of the different people that we have on there and what games are rolling on which days.
We also have our Aces Cracked promotion. If you get pocket aces in Hold'em and they end up losing at Showdown at the River, then you get a free $100 added to your chip stack.
It's always good to wake up with aces, but if you do lose with them, it's always good to have that little bit of a rebate coming back to you at the end.
We also have our Rivers League tournament every Sunday for the next 2 weeks, I believe, are the last 2 Sundays before the tournament on December 7th, our championship. It's a $50 entry. You get 500 in tournament chips for the championship for every entry. And you also get more chips if you place in the top 5 every Sunday at 2 o'clock. It's looking like our prize pool, as you can see on the bottom of the screen, it says the championship final prize pool will be matched by the River League. And I believe the prize pool so far has amounted to somewhere around $5,000, and that's going to be matched. So we're going to have a total prize pool of somewhere around $10,000 for everybody who comes to play on December 7th.
Yeah, December 7th is going to be an exciting day. Excited to see what that big number gets up to. Lots of people coming in on Sundays as we get closer to that date. So come on in on Sunday afternoon, 2 p.m., watch some football, play some cards.
And if you need another reason to come in on Sundays, as you can see in the top right, our instant bonus is that if you play on the river at the Rivers League tournament on Sundays, you only pay half price for playing in the cash games for the rest of the day. We normally charge $12 an hour to play cash, but if you play in the Rivers League tournament on Sundays, you only have to pay $6 an hour for the rest of the day.
I know people love that, and we usually get two tables rolling on Sunday afternoon. So halftime cash and the prize wheel spinning. Lots of good things going on Sunday afternoons.
Then one more time, we also have on December 6th, we're going to have our tag team tournament. That's a $240 buy-in. And I think we're running another promotion for that, where if you buy in early, I think you get an extra
Yeah, you get an
$10,000
extra
chip stack.
10,000 in chips. If you register early, just let either Reese or Mark or one of the River League people know that you and your teammate want to join. Even if you don't have a teammate, you can register by yourself, and we will pair you up with somebody on that December 6th date. Very exciting stuff coming up here at the River League.
Yep. We will be back here again next Thursday for another 1-3 cash game. We may have bomb pots next time as well. So if you're interested in watching the bomb pots, make sure to tune in next Thursday and we'll see what's going on. Well, Bryce, it's been a good stream. A little bit of technical difficulties, but we're still working the kinks out. Hopefully we'll get them fixed soon. But definitely better than last stream.
Yeah, it definitely went better than last week, and it's a growing process, so we're getting better as weeks go. But we appreciate everybody watching, and we love putting on a good stream for you guys.
All right, guys, that's been it from Kris and Bryce at the River League. We will see you guys again next Thursday at